3 adventure cards. I don't think that's correct. I'm supposed to only have 2.
You've got 2 plays, but you've got 3 cards. It would appear. Yeah. You get at season. Don't forget, you get an additional adventure card.
That explains it then, right?
But you don't get an additional play.
There you go.
Explains it because I'm seasoned now, like a piece of salt and pepper.
2, 3, 4, 5. Indeed. Well, we can hit. Well, I think Mr. Donohue he's connected. He's just obviously away from his desk because he's still muted and he hasn't picked his character. But that is fine. I can't work out how you do an advance for a specific character. Because if I type /advance, all PCs get advances. I suppose you just have to do it manually. You have to click on. You just.
I imagine so. You
just increase the advance number from by 1 whole digit. So how does that work for me?
In fact, if you go into the Advances tab and press the button, it will give you. It will. You press the green button on the Advances tab, and it will add a new line and increase the number automatically.
Yeah, but that won't increase the advances, will it? They're separate.
Could do.
So if I go into uncat, let's just take an
maybe you.
wolf. Take an augmented wolf, and then I roll evasion. Oh, that's quite nice. I'll remember that. Might actually. Ooh, they're quite nice.
Right.
So since I've typed the backslash, it would be nice if it auto completed. But anyway.
Did you mean to? Did you really need me to do that?
What?
Just fixed it and then broke it again.
Who did?
Me.
Oh. So I'm just trying something out. I've never actually used these. Okay, I might turn all those into shortcuts. Roll evasion. Roll fatigue. I'll forget I've done it, but I'll set them up. Roll fear. Natural healing. Half these I'll never use, I suspect. Oh, Donohue's here. I was just waiting for Mr. Donohue to appear as he has, so we can begin. Good welcome, one and all, to another exciting chapter of Sprawlrunners. Well, I hope it's exciting. I'm still enjoying myself. I'm hoping the dice today aren't as violently evil as they were yesterday. That was quite some scary dice rolling.
Well, only one of us died.
Yep, that's one more than usual, that. And apparently I forgot a number of rules that I didn't, but that's by the by.
Just one shot.
It's just one shot. Yeah, apparently there's I think that there's some. I forgot that apparently there's some setting edge called buckets of bennies for when you critically fail, but I can't remember what that does. So anyway,
well, it's buckets of bennies if you're outnumbered.
Yes, which I did forget as well.
Anya did her part. She told you guys take care of the machines and she'd take care of the troopers, and she was.
To be honest, there were only 4 of us, and we split the party by accident.
Yeah, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. The map. Ironically, I think the biggest ironic issue I think was the map was so big. If that makes sense.
Like 2 of us ran in one direction and 2 ran in another direction. And
I did have some NPCs coming to help you, but they didn't get very far because the map was so long. Anyway, that's by the by. So I do believe that you. I can't actually remember what you did now. You did some interesting stuff. I know that. It wasn't to do with Pal this time, was it? It was. I forgot what you did. But I know amongst other things,
we went through the guy's the mango farm.
That was
got
the mango farm.
Information and got out.
That's the one. It was the mango farm, and you got the information. You think you worked out where the. You think you worked out one of the locations, haven't you? Which is all very well and good.
And we found out that they dealt with any kind of intrusion with extreme prejudice, even killing their own employees. Rather than
and he had a scary bioweapons project in the background.
Indeed, which I do believe you might have got some information on. It was mech tech, wasn't it? In addition, other stuff I seem to recall you also tracked down that the broker is Ched Jenkins. But at the same time, of course, obviously, this is an ongoing thing. At the same time, there's nothing to stop you. Why's Aki got 5 bloody bennies?
Well, Ninja, there's a word I don't ever frickin' want to see again.
What's that? I've just got great luck.
Ninja.
Sorry.
That's what
I've got great luck.
Anybody following the news in the USA, it's probably reached some familiarity with the term cyber ninjas.
Cyber
I'm going to
ninjas.
have 5 pennies. I've got great luck.
And you obviously cleared taking background edges with me as advances, because I'd have no recollection of you asking me.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know that was something I needed to ask. I
No.
apologize.
I'm talking to Aki here.
I just followed the thing on. I mean, it just said gain a new edge. I didn't know I couldn't take one.
Oh no! I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Mr. Aki, who's been taking
I
background
don't even
edges.
remember when I took it, but I took luck, and then I thought, what's the next one after that? Great luck, right there. So.
Yeah, well, you took them as your 2 novice advances. I'm not really going to complain. Don't worry about it. I don't really mind. I'm just saying, officially speaking, background edges after character creation, you have to have sort of role play it or justify an excuse for getting them because they're meant to be background edges. Once upon a time, you couldn't get them at all. Actually, did they change?
Why wait?
Am I being unfair? Did they change
No,
that for
I think
Suede?
you're playing the wrong rule set. I think you're playing the old.
That was how it used to be in Deluxe. Yes, maybe it isn't the case in Suede.
Did I do something wrong by gaining a new edge? I didn't.
Absolutely
didn't
not.
realize.
Absolutely
Well,
not.
narratively it makes sense. I mean, like we've got a hacker keeps stealing information, so there's nothing wrong with him going to rich, to filthy rich.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, and I said so. Don't worry about it. No, I'm being.
And it was certainly the way that the character was going when we talked about how he wanted to continue to develop that skill, right?
Oh yeah,
But
no. Don't worry. Do not worry. This is. It was again. This is just me being me. As in, biggest problem I've had is I've played so many different editions of Savage Worlds that sometimes I forget which edition I'm playing. And in Suede, players can choose background edges after character creation with a little rationalisation. An individual may choose the attractive edge by cleaning herself up, getting a makeover, and generally paying more attention to her looks. Characters may be able to gain the arcane background edge by finding any book. So yeah, ignore everything I just said. I am running. I was thinking about a different edition of the game.
Yeah, so long as there's a narrative reason you can work in. It's
I don't care anyway. I was just teasing.
Well, and when I did it through Savage to try to get it so that everything you get the green check mark. It said it had it as an option. It didn't. There's some that said ask DM.
Yeah.
This one didn't say ask DM. I was like,
okay. Absolutely. Don't worry. I wasn't even looking at your character sheet. I was just teasing Mr. I've got 5 bennies over here. That was all.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm super lucky, yeah.
Anyway, that's absolutely fine. So,
I'll make up for the other stuff I haven't got by being lucky.
it's okay, mate. I was only
I
joking.
tried to be a gangster, it didn't work out.
I was only
well,
joking.
and I'm just trying to figure out how to play.
No, I apologise. You accidentally got sucked into me winding up a player. That was all. I do apologise. You've done nothing wrong at all.
No. I wasn't upset. I just am trying to learn the rules. I thought that was legit, but if it wasn't, I wanted to know.
Oh yeah, no. An advance. When you get an advance, it's an edge. you can raise your attributes as long as you haven't raised your attributes already this rank, and the rank being novice, seasoned, veteran, heroic. Legendary gets a little different. I can never remember. I've never actually got characters to legendary, so I can't remember exactly the limitations on attribute advances once you get up to legendary. Maybe this time we will. It's skill point. You can take so basically you can increase one of your traits, one die type. You can increase your skill. You can increase one or two skills depending on whether you're increasing a skill that it's higher or equal or lower than your the trait dice connected to. You can buy an edge, and with the GM's approval, you can also remove a minor hindrance or make a major down to a minor. Those are what you can do on advances. So you've done nothing wrong. It was just me forgetting which edition we were playing. Anyway,
right, and that, like I said, I was just pulling down the menus in the thing, and that's what I saw was like to degrade a hindrance. You needed to ask the DM, and but this one seemed like it was legit.
Yeah. I don't have a problem or issues with any of that. It's not a problem in that regard. So it's always an interesting one. I always find it's a little more interesting when it's sort of more sandboxy and the players get to drive stuff, because it's very much a case of what do you want to do. Because I have to sort of it's easy. If I've got for the fancy ones where you're in the mid of campaign or something like that, and you've got pre-generated dungeons ready to rock and roll, it's fine. But this one, Sprawlrunners, I'm finding interesting because you guys are writing your own destinies. So what's the plan?
You haven't got a load of pre-generated adventures for us.
Well, I did have ideas for some, but then the whole we're going to hunt down the hot dogs came into light, so I forgot what I was planning originally. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's quite straightforward. To my mind, is thread-wise, you've got Ted Jenkins, the broker. You've also got, obviously, you think you've tracked down the location of Mr. Big's data center out in the dump. Or you could go look for a paying job. I mean, at the end of the day, the whole point I'm trying to make here is you guys. I'm trying to make this very much a sandboxy, character-driven campaign. So it's really, unless I'm going to hit you guys with something nasty I've worked out from one of your backgrounds, most of the time you have control of where you go next. Then I screw you over.
Sweet that way. No, that's if it specifies that when she's on, that she's back at the dojo training with Master Shank, because that's where her next edges will come from. When she gets her chi mastery, that she's already explained it.
Mm-hmm. Not a problem. I should find a map for a dojo, shouldn't I? So we can then have an interesting situation where instead of someone attacking the 64th and Ramen, we take on the dojo instead.
Yeah, well, let them take on Master Zhang all by themselves. That would work well for them. He's got friends.
Would that?
That's how you sucked us into this. They came after Mr. Nakasuni, and this is our hangout.
Well,
we have to stand up. And in a place like the Barrens, if you don't stand up for your friends, you don't have friends.
Well, this is very much the case. So what's your plan for today? That's my question.
Well, what have we found out from the hackers? Jula and Donohue, what did you dig up that we were going to follow up on?
I haven't dug anything up yet, I don't think.
I've just discovered shamans cannot have seasoned powers. Pooh.
And all I've got is we know his location, supposedly. We haven't
One of
gotten
the worst
any...
parts of the Barrens, as I recall.
You guys hear me?
We can indeed.
Yes.
And as I recall, that was in like the worst part of the Barrens that we pinpointed his you managed to pinpoint his location.
Yeah, but that's, as far as I know, that's all we had. We don't have blueprints, we don't have any kind of surveillance or anything else like that. That was where we ended. Here is where here is where that information went to Mr. Big.
means we're going to have to do on the ground recon.
I'm just saying, like, we didn't do anything. As far as I know, that was the end point last
Yes,
game. We didn't.
it was very much the case.
Yeah.
Yes.
So at this point, this is where to do prep and such. As far as I understand it.
Okay.
I guess that would be. Yeah, what we're going to do is just try and find out some information about that. Who owns the building? What's going on in the area? That kind of stuff.
Oh, believe me, when I say the dump, it actually is a dump. There are no buildings there. Just piles of crap. Just piles of crap and possibly the odd shanty. A building that someone's built out of the stuff they found lying around. Literally.
Okay, yeah. So there isn't anything to really do outside of pretty much just go there and kick in the door.
On the ground
Well,
recon.
actually, don't we have a rigger that can, if we've got some points to buy equipment, the rigger can buy a surveillance drone. Don't go over flights first. We photograph it from in the air.
But since this isn't work we're getting paid for, how much do we want to invest in something that's basically a personal mission?
Well, this is the question, I suppose, isn't it?
Maybe we need to get another job in the meantime.
Have we topped up with points, or do we have to, or
Well, you've got your advance, so I mean, at the end of the day, the point is when you're preparing to go out for a mission, you use your resources and everything, and you can pool up. You've got your logistic points, and you can spend them, can't you? And you can recoup them at any time, technically speaking, between sessions, as it were.
yeah? So we've got the points to get a surveillance drone then.
Apart from Donohue, in theory, you've all got a minimum of 15 logistic points. Donohue at a minimum, because obviously I know Rich and Extra Rich change all that. Donohue in theory has a base of 13 logistic points.
No, they have the base of 13. I have the base of 18.
No, you've got 13 plus. But that's your base, and then you've got the Rich Edge, which gives you +5. You see, that's what I mean.
Then I'll be 18.
Mm. Yeah.
So
That went quiet. I heard a so, and that was it. That's interesting. That's the wrong way.
no, that was me. I'm sorry. So are we picking things up now, or are we? I thought we already had done that. My bad.
Well, no. The point is, technically speaking, at the start of any session, you can re-equip yourselves, unless of course you're on a run. If that makes sense. If a session ends mid-run, then obviously you can't change out. But at the beginning of any session, and I do mean any session, you can. You sell off and dispose of the gear that that you were using that you don't want traced back to you. You can go and acquire new gear. That's the idea of logistic points. It's basically stuff. Yeah, you've got your own separate funds, and obviously you have got money coming in and money going out and all of that. But your logistic points is basically you using your knowledge on the street and your contacts to get the gear that's untraceable, or investing stuff and getting gear. So logically speaking, if you keep the same gear every time, you just don't get your logistic points back. That's how it works.
For sure. So yeah, because Beulah traded in his deck and then got a little bit better of a deck this time. So
yeah, logically speaking, if you go on a mission that ends up in sort of ends up in combat and there's sort of corpses everywhere, then you don't really want to carry on carrying around the gun that can be traced back to you. So you dispose it at the end of that run, and then you go and get another gun. It might be exactly the same gun from on your character sheet, But
Right. No, absolutely. No, I just, yeah.
yeah. And
And I'm sitting on a hunter drone still. Do we need to get rid of that and do something else, or?
Is that one you acquired through Logistic Point or a different way?
I got it through logistic points, but I just held on to it. That's why I ended up with the cheap deck.
Well, the hunter drone's basically a mobile gun, so if you were doing an assault, that might be, if you're going to go and kick in doors, then that might be quite handy. But it can do surveillance. You just might be noticed because it's bigger than a surveillance droid, obviously.
why can't I find my bloody map? I've got so many nice maps lately. I can't find where I put this really nice map. In case you want to go there. If you don't go there, it's not a problem. Please continue talking and discussing, and I will be ready any time to help out in any way you need.
You could fly the drone over, and then you would at least see what the terrain looks like. My concern at the minute is I need a babysitter because I don't want to go anywhere by myself.
Okay, so if it's not Frag Maps, who was it? Sorry, I'm desperately trying. I keep forgetting to load this map in, and it's going to bite me on the bum because I thought I must remember to add it in before this week, and guess what I forgot to do? Oh, I lost a lot of prep time yesterday.
Does thermal plating cyberware stack with normal armor?
What does the description say?
It says it's not natural armor.
Oh, I can't find this bloody map.
It does not count as natural armor, but it can be purchased twice. But it doesn't say it doesn't stack with normal armor.
Is that cyberware?
Yeah.
Normally, in Savage Worlds, you take the best armor you've got.
And then you get half of anything less.
My jacket gives me +4. Thermal plating doesn't give me anything better than +4. Right.
But the other logic, of course, is if for any reason you don't have your jacket on, the thermal plating is armor that can't be removed.
True. But I'll leave it for now.
It still counts as half, though. I mean, so you can wear 2 armor, so you can wear plate mail and inchi mail underneath if you wanted to. That's half the protection. It does add all the detriments of weight and everything.
Yeah. Right. Well, I had a lovely map for today and I can't find it. I'm really annoyed at myself right now.
I think the benefit of dermal is it's also full body compared to a jacket.
Yeah, so that's a very, very good point. Yeah, so somebody could do a cold shot to your head and thermal armor will still protect.
Okay.
Your armor jacket says torso and arm.
Yeah, thermal says torso, arms, and legs, so it doesn't say head.
Well.
Oh. Is that a separate one?
Well, armor to the head's an interesting one. It's basically, it's the only time that helmets and that stuff matter is if someone does a cold shot to the head. Then obviously you add the armor to the your standard toughness to decide, before you, because obviously that's you're being shot in the head, so obviously you've got a helmet on. Also, it depends on the open face helmet, closed face helmet. Depends on those as well, because there's a certain helmets of half your face is exposed, so there's a 50-50 chance you get shot in the face rather than in the helmet anyway.
No. So legs would be armored as well. Dermal plating says it's +2, so if you wear the jacket, it'd be jacket. Doesn't say there.
I can't believe I've lost the map.
What did you call it?
Armor is,
Oh no! I downloaded it. I can't remember what it was.
So if you wear armor jacket and thermal plating, you'd have a total armor value of 5.
Yeah. I've done a few too many Patreons lately, and I've lost track of which Patreon got me the map I wanted.
File management is important. It's a pity I don't do it well enough.
Well,
Or-
yeah,
or-
yeah. It's not even that. It's just I obviously have downloaded it, but I can't remember what the map's called. But the problem is I can't remember what the keyword is to find it on the Patreon site. And as I say, I've downloaded a few too many lately. So, oh well, maybe I need to come up with a job bloody quick for today because I've got maps for that. Anyway, carry on.
So yeah, if like. So far, I have my inventory set up as like I have my deck and the programs sketched out and marked as how much. This is how much it costs me out of my logistics points. So I don't swap. I'll swap the programs out, but I won't necessarily swap that out. And then I marked out, this is what my weapon costs me, so I know that. So like if you have a drone that you're gonna probably use on a regular basis, marking it down as and just saying, I generally have this drone is not an issue.
Right. No, I was more saying it to remind the party that I had it, because it sounded like they were talking about
Found it.
something that might need use of it. So that was all.
Yeah, I was looking to see whether the hunter drone. You said it was the hunter drone, right?
The hunter, yes, sir.
I was looking to see if it flies or what.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it flies around and you can fit an assault rifle in it from memory.
Yeah, so hunter drone. Yeah, so a hunter drone can fly. It can do that. It's got low light infravision.
Yeah, normally, as I said right at the very beginning of this campaign, normally Shadowrunners have a set plan how you do it. Normally what happens is you send the drone in first because it's a minimum exposure area, and then after that
But where's the fun in that? Just
it just doesn't have.
hacker does a remote link.
Yeah, the hunter drone just doesn't have any stealth.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Yeah, that's the difference between the stealth drone. Obviously, it's a lot smaller.
And I remember that if we like part of what was done was we sort of pooled some points and stuff to deal with that, because order to deal with the van, but it was the same kind of thing, like because I'm out of the logistic point. So, but I think that if we get something that's the same cost, otherwise we're gonna have to figure out a way to like add 1 or 2 points to get something different.
Don't forget, you can get combined.
At...
Sorry, you keep talking. Ignore me.
But I'm not looking at the different drones right now. I can punch them up real quick, but
Must admit, how I do a logistics point is I buy my equipment on Savage US, and it doesn't count for me, and then I just drag and drop it as I go ahead.
Yeah, it would be. Sometimes it would be nice if it would be nice. I think
if FG did it, but
if
it doesn't.
FG did do sometimes, wouldn't it? Yes. Okay, so if I drag those, I found my maps. Oh dear me, scintillating stuff. So, at the end of the day, I mean, this is the question. The question I still have. The question you have before you is, what is your plan? What is your plan?
I'm looking actually, in the hunter drone that we've already got is 4 points, and the recon drone is 3. So, swapping it out wouldn't be the end of the world.
No. Obviously, also obviously, if you've got the logistic points, there is a case for possibly having both anyway.
Sure, but what I'm saying is that like there isn't if the quiet recon one is cheaper than the one we already have, then we should not have a problem picking it up, right? Because we can always swap one out to the other.
Yeah.
Unless we decided we want to buy a second one, but
well, there's never any problems anyway in swapping them out.
It's just tactics. Really, at the end of the day, you want to dispense with the stealth.
I agree. I'm just stating it. So So looks like the Recon's cheaper than the Hunter.
I mean, the funny thing is, although we hacked and we got the information, I got the sense that they kind of knew that we were coming. You know? And the fact that it's the guy went too far as to crash the server. You know,
Merlin
to
has
stop.
Of logistic points that he can throw into the pot if we want to try and get multiple drones or just a bigger drone.
Well, yeah, except, you know, as I look at them, the attack drone is the biggest one. I mean, I don't want to bog the group down any more than we were.
But if we mostly want to scope the place out before going in ourselves, and if this is a really crappy area of the Barrens, how much more is any kind of drone going to stand out? So you probably want to go with stealth initially.
Okay, then, like I've got a point. You guys can spend it however you need to.
Have I lost sound again?
No?
No.
My sound has been twitchy as hell. I'm getting Dell updates and Microsoft updates, and it borks everything.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
I'm just concentrating at the moment because I'm trying to buy. I'm buying extra powers, but I've got a really, really restrictive buy list. In actual fact, I've discovered I can't buy any season powers at all.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't let you.
Seasoned is whenever you pick up your spirits. Whenever you get your...
Yeah, that's why it
Yeah.
doesn't give you any powers. It's because now when I cast Summon Ally, it's more powerful. So what it does is it nerfs the spell. It nerfs all the thing. There's a lot of powers I can't cast.
Yeah, because the idea is you don't cast them. You summon a spirit that casts them for you, isn't it? That's the logic.
So yeah, Merlin gets to do the cool fireball stuff. You know what I mean, I don't, because he's a mage and I'm not.
Exactly. But then you summon up the spirit then you summon up a city spirit that then basically crushes the concrete and stuff or something, doesn't it? With blast or burst or something.
So the higher it up, the bigger the spirit goes up. You know.
Yeah.
And it's a Stay Puft Marshmallow, mate.
So, okay, sounds like you want to do a recon of... Oh, yeah, that's it. I did a different junkyard map. No wonder I got confused. Oh, now I'm in two choices. No, I'm not using that one. So, it sounds like you want to do some recon of the dump, as people affectionately call it. Obviously, the affectionately bit's me being sarcastic. No one finds the dump at all affectionate.
The most annoying
Did
thing.
Did you watch?
I
the
did.
dump? Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Is this literally a dump area like our?
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Our land is, our. So.
Well, let's put it like this: it's slap bang in the middle of the Barrens, which is obviously deregulated, and it's basically it is a dump. It is where everything gets dropped and dumped, and the poorest of the poor, which you have to be pretty poor to be the poorest of the poor in the Barrens, so you can't even hold on to a property, have set up like little shanties inside the dump.
So a lot of poor scavengers in the area.
Yes, yeah, there'll be lots of tents and all sorts. Which is why it's quite unusual to find some. It's also which is why in some ways it's absolutely it's a very clever place to hide. A data center, as it were, because no one would expect anything like that.
But also the easiest for us to, simply change into some really raggedy type clothing. Fits us right in too.
Yep. Actually, yeah, you'd had problems in the past, but looking at how Pal's dressing lately, you could probably get him to fit in. Before, when he was having it,
I'm not wearing ragged clothes. It's not happening, right? About as raggedy as maybe cut off jeans, but you don't sew them at the bottom. That's about as raggedy as we get.
You are such a girl.
Unfortunately, he's highly influenced by his spirit, and obviously, you know, in many ways he's a cat, I'm afraid.
Now, well, be careful you don't break a nail on any of these missions.
You need a cat with a feather in it. That would be great. And shoulder pads are back in fashion, by the way.
Oh, bugger.
So, are we getting a drone to go in, or are we doing a combination of a drone and then a few of us? I don't mind throwing some rags over the top of my leathers. I have to leave my scooter somewhere safe at the edge of the dump because riding that in there is kind of noticeable.
Or we can take our beat up van.
Yep, you certainly could.
All right, well, let's go. I mean, I guess the only choice is then, do we want to dump it for the hunter doesn't have stealth, the recon and the surveillance do. Guess we just would go with the recon probably.
Not into all that cyber stuff, so that's a decision the guys who know what the hell they're talking about would need to make.
Depends on whether you... If it's only going to be used for stealth, might as well do the... I think the reconnaissance one it is, or something like that. Or
Yeah, there's the recon, and then there's the surveillance. I just think that the recon, and looking at it, has a couple different extra roles as I compare them. Although no, the roles look pretty much the same actually. Just got a similar pace.
I think the difference is
Does
armor.
a little bit better with it's got better sensors for like infravision and whatnot. So, relatively speaking, I think that would be the way to go.
Well, as sophisticated as this bunch seems to be with cyberware themselves, I mean, they were able to do a backlash and melt down everything at the one office. Was it Jenkins' office? They are, you know, I mean, you guys have been able to get stuff out, but they're still managing, they've got safety measures and stuff, so I suspect if this is truly their headquarters, they may have some defenses in place you might want to take into account that could counter your drones. That's why we probably need to do both. A couple of us in on foot, just to confirm what the drones are, that they haven't found some way to muck those up. They seem to be pretty good at this stuff.
Okay, that'll do. Okay, so I just need to make sure, if I go into options, that where is it? Party vision and movement is on, because basically all I'm going to do is take Bueller's character sheet. I'll pick up the entire map instead by mistake. Take Bueller's character sheet, go over to his inventory.
For some reason, I was able to undo the hunter drone, but I was not able to add the recon drone for some reason.
Oh, that's interesting. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I keep dragging it over, and it just doesn't let me do it.
Are you dragging it to the vehicle tab?
No, I'm dragging it to the mundane item.
That's the
tab.
problem. That's the problem.
That was where I saw.
Oh no! Sorry, I take a lie. Yes, there's two things, isn't there? I apologise. There should be the item, which you drag to the mundane items. Yep. And you want the reconnaissance surveillance drone or the reconnaissance drone?
Up there it goes. Forget it. I got it. I don't know. Maybe I was looking at it. I think I was looking at it from the book or so. Who knows? I got it.
That's okay.
It came from the item. It pulled from
Yeah.
the item menu, but
Yeah.
it didn't pull from the book. Usually, like it pulls from either when you're looking at it, and it gives the stats like
So
that.
inventory, you went for the reconnaissance drone. So then we drop a reconnaissance drone onto your ally list, because then I think you can control it.
I see it.
And then we take the reconnaissance drone and put it on the combat tracker, which we should technically put under you because it would go on your turn. I've lost you. There you are. Then we take the reconnaissance drone and put it on the map. And then we click on that. And then because you're using your reconnaissance drone and it can fly, I will turn off line of sight because you only need that if you're on foot. So, in fact, we can just do that. That is the area that Puela was able to locate as where the data center was, and as you can see, it literally is
A dump.
just a dump. Yeah, obviously you can see numerous tents and things around.
Now, which one of these is where they're located?
You don't know.
Oh, so we're physically going to have to go in and maybe talk to a few of the scavengers.
Yeah, there are people milling around, but obviously from an NPC perspective, they're not worthy of popping on the map because this is just an aerial recon. This, you just do a high level pass over, and you can make out at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 awnings. These are the awnings, so these are basically covers, whether that appear to be, where people are living. They've literally built, they've literally dug out holes in the side of the rubbish and basically made themselves at home, as it were.
One advantage on the recon is most of these people aren't going to have any kind of electronics or internet or connection, computer access where
No.
pinpoint.
Well, this is it. Yeah, as you're flying over it, I mean, you basically you fly over the area. It's a couple of square miles. This sort of in the middle of the Barrens. This area. It's the reason you suspect it's this area. It's only when you get to this area you start picking up data traffic and signals. It's very much they're hidden. To put it in sort of terms we understand it, there's sort of hidden SSIDs out there. So there's Wi-Fi. There are networks there. They're not publicly accessible. They're not broadcast, but you are able to pick them up. Okay. Let's see what we can see. Okay. So you basically obviously flying over the area, you sort of come by this area again. This area seems to have less. What you notice is this area, one seems to have more. Does actually seem to have seems to have networks in it, where the rest of it does seem to be very vacant. There is electricity and stuff, but it seems people seem to have portable generators. The lights around here seem a little more consistent and brighter, and not flickering on and off as much as you'd expect with the little, the cobbled together portable generators built from parts that were probably found around the area, or repaired with parts from found around the area. The people themselves still seem to be just as downtrodden and everything else, but Puela's obviously flying over with the reconnaissance drone. What he does notice is that a couple of times where as he's panning by and he's picking up individuals, you do seem to notice that they do seem to be wearing body armor underneath their dirty-looking clothing. The only other thing I will say is, interesting. Let's rectify that immediately. The only other thing I would say is, as your reconnaissance drone is flying over there, it suddenly starts picking up a heat signature that's moving very fast. Towards the drone. Something just hit the drone.
Oh dear.
Oh, they are armed in, and they've got Sam.
May I roll a Benny to get that?
You can roll a Benny to. You can roll a. Do you have?
Or spend a Benny to keep that from being shaken?
You can. Yeah, I can't remember. Do you need Ace to do that with drones? I think you probably would, wouldn't you? I don't believe you can, but we should worry not. I'm sure there won't be anything to be concerned about. The drone will get a chance to act on its card, which is now. And the drone does recover quite quickly. What you do notice, there seems to be a number of individuals moving around. They seem to be taking orders from someone who's standing there in bright yellow gaudy robes and sort of brightly coloured hair and has flame tattoos on his arms and face.
Do I have to make a roll to take pictures of all of this?
Oh no, it's recording as you go. However, what does the reconnaissance drone have? Did you equip? The reconnaissance drone can't be equipped, can it? Sounds like the most easily noticed, but a lot sturdier. So, from your perspective, I suppose we should put someone on the map. Your reconnaissance drone is flying over here. You can see the map, and you can see the individual. Oh gosh, the scale seems a bit out here. You can see the individual. He's basically dressed in. Yeah, he's very much got this sort of flame motif, and he seems to be waving his hands about, making strange symbols appear around him. Little motes of light. What do you want to do with your drone?
Well, besides trying to look at him and see what he's doing, just kind of keep looking at the area.
Okay. Well, so you can move up to 6 inches pace-wise, as it were, if you want to move your drone.
Oh, sure.
Assuming it lets you, because we had fun and games yesterday with that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's chucking out loads of errors here.
Is it?
I've got a map closed as well, so still spitting out errors.
What errors are you getting, out of interest?
It's the Vision Manager one again. 177
Are we-
set value unable to create node.
Man, at the edge of the dump, or are you? No.
Somewhere in the middle. Did you just get another one out of interest?
Yes.
Yes.
And did you get another one now out of interest?
Yes.
So every time I add someone to the combat tracker, you're getting console errors. Right, I need to join this game. So.
And that was happening yesterday too.
That's not good. I need to connect as a player in the background so I can see what's going on, so I can report it.
Yeah, handle
Able to create nodes. handler.
In the chat yesterday, I've posted I posted a screenshot, but I didn't post the error log because it was too long. But there's a screenshot of the error in yesterday's chat.
This is the downside of playing with me because we get. It's the downside of playing with me because although we get all the fun toys to play with first, we also get all the errors to fix. I wouldn't mind, but the fact you can't hide the console. Do you know what I mean? On Classic, you could just leave the console behind the game and just get on with it, and it would report away. But bloody Unity shoves it out the front every time. I'm not saying that's Fantasy Grounds doing that. I'll say it's Unity doing that. Okay, so you get it. You get a closer fly in. There seems to be a few of what you don't. Okay, my Linux box just started up. It just deafened me with the background jingle. Right. They seem to be all converging in the area up towards the drone, and
spotting you.
Yeah, and the gaudily coloured fellow who seems to like the fire motifs basically finishes his wild gestures and strange chanting and thrusts his hand towards the drone again. You pick up another heat signature. And I'm afraid it basically hits fire. It shoots out from him and hits the drone again, causing the drone to be shaken.
Now,
One of these times, you're lucky. You need to go ahead and just break off.
Yeah, and if we're in the van and we're somewhere in the dump, by now, Waif would have. If we're all following this, Waif would have got out of the van and started stealthing her way up.
Okay, you can now hear gunfire in the distance as they're now shooting at the drone.
Waif is moving on foot in that direction, and for the record, she's got her leathers covered in these crappy old greasy coveralls that she found somewhere in the dump.
Your signal cuts out.
Hit the
That
map.
wasn't very nice.
I'm afraid you drone rolled a stealth of 3, and I'm afraid the bad guys rolled a much better notice than that, I'm afraid.
Started stealthing towards the sound of the gunfire in the direction she knows this is supposed to be.
Yep, I shall take you guys off hold.
Merlin will follow.
Okay, I will leave Queeg on the hold because Queeg isn't here today. I will add the players to the map and then relocate you down to the edge and then delete Queeg off the map because he's not here. You're not necessarily exactly where I've put you on the map. You're technically off. It's just easier just to... I could just fit you all in one place at once. Okay. There you are. That's you entering this area of the dump. You can hear some laughing and chortling as people see, and you can hear this, they seem to be celebrating. One of them appears to be kicking the remains of the drone he just shot down.
Bastard.
Wait, we get the car.
Kill the drone and is laughing about it.
Aki.
Great. Teabagging a drone.
Do we want to kill this lot, or do we want to?
Oh, I think we're
I'm
gonna-
quickly consulting of you lot. You can see him. He's laughing at our drone. I can shoot him. Want me to shoot him?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to deal with this lot one way or the other, so...
That's a terrible roll, and I'm going to Benny it. I shot him.
Well, I got 2 bennies out of that last combat round, so I'm going to spend the 2 free bennies I got in a chance to try and say, no, he's going down hard. That basically your assault rifle opens fire, and he goes down fast. As you can imagine, you can hear much shouting in the distance.
But for the record, when you applied his damage and we got the blood spot, we got another error message.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
From the tracker apparently does it too.
Past my turn. I was moving there, but he didn't approve the move.
But I was it didn't show you. It doesn't show you asked to move. So I.
Me and Merlin are both trying to move over 1 inch.
Take
A
cover.
little more in your cover.
Oh, I tell you what. Sorry, guys. I did not realise I hadn't got the zooming right. You would. Well, yeah. I'll let you both be over 1 inch. I thought you guys were meant to be on the. You were all meant to be on the edge of the map. But I didn't realise you weren't. So that's okay.
We're just moving to a bit of better cover there, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I can't connect to my own game. That's interesting. Gang Soldier number 4. It's going on hold. Unidentified NPC. He's going on hold. Donohue.
Sorry.
Gang Soldier 4.
Sorry?
He's not unidentified. His name's Gang Soldier 4.
I didn't say Gang Soldier 4 wasn't identified.
Oh, well, then that's right then. Good, because that's confusing me. All right.
I'll move up to there and get under cover.
Certainly. Yeah, there's... Basically, the line... There is plenty of cover. It's just, obviously, I'm only using the... It's only the terrain markers are only for really high cover, but there's plenty of cover everywhere. You know what I mean. You're not exposed if you just. There's plenty of cover to duck down. There's debris fields everywhere. It gives you medium cover. No problem at all there.
I think I'm just gonna look around for a secret entrance or something like.
Okay, you're about to get 2 more console errors. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just letting them pile up until it's my turn, and then I'll close that window and see what I can see.
Yeah, it's really annoying. I wish I knew what was causing it. I also wish I knew why I can't actually connect to my own bloody game. Especially you lot all connected without any problems. Okay. Notice, no, that's just a debris. Well, yeah, there's nothing there. You're just in a debris area. Pow pow.
You'll need separate logon for a second instance.
I know. That's why I'm running a virtual machine.
And a fake account as well.
Yes, that's why I created a fake account for my second machine. I use it all the time. It's just it wouldn't connect, but it's connecting now. Well, actually, interestingly enough... Oh, yeah, the Savage one connected. Okay, Pow.
Pow going to move there, and he's going to try to summon an ally.
I'm actually waiting for the next sale of Fantasy Grounds, so I don't actually... So my second fantasy... Because I've got 6 copies of Fantasy Grounds Classic, but only 1 copy of Fantasy Grounds Unity.
So the ground we're standing on is kind of sandy, is it?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'll be Benny in that then.
Are you going to summon your spirit friend, are you?
Yes, what we'll do is we'll summon the spirit of the desert.
Ah, you've added them all. A desert
Yes.
spirit. Okay, you summoned a desert spirit. That will have... I suspect this will cause a console error. Somebody... Oh, that's interesting. I have to open it before I can drag it to the combat tracker. Okay, now let me see. Summon ally has a range of smarts. So, where are you summoning the desert spirit?
I will summon him. I think I'll summon him on the other side of the pile. So he crawls at the ground there. What happened there?
Well, you just put a token on the map. You didn't put the one. I'm putting the combat tracker version on the map.
All right, okay. I thought that was the combat tracker one.
Oh, maybe it was. I wasn't sure. When I double clicked on it, it didn't
I
open.
dragged
It
it
didn't
from
open
the
up the
combat tracker. So
I apologise. I double clicked on it and it didn't open up the character sheet, so I thought it had gone wrong. So I did it myself. I apologise.
Yeah. So the move is I didn't move.
Well, go on, move then. Right. So we do actually need a summon ally 5 turns on you because it does disappear. And then you didn't spend your power points.
I didn't spend a PowerPoint. I was confused by all the errors.
Is it on 5 turns or
Powers
just an hour?
of,
Oh, it's the scripts manager vision string. Okay, so does that happen
Yes.
regardless of whether the vision's on or off?
don't know. Switch it off and see.
Let's turn off the lighting and see what happens. I'll have to report that one. Unfortunately, I did do the update where he started modifying the lighting. I probably shouldn't have done. I wonder if he's updated since, and I should have downloaded a new version. Update. Yeah, actually, ironically, actually, there is an update to managervision_sw.lua, so I wonder if he's actually fixed it. And if I downloaded the fix, you wouldn't be getting all the console errors. We'll see what happens. So, are you moving, Pal Pal? You complained about not moving, so...
I was moving next to Donohue, so
Okay.
I moved 5 inches to Donohue.
So then move your Desert Spirit. If he's moving. What's he look like then?
What does he look like? He looks basically like a pile of sand.
He's the Sandman from Spider-Man 3 then.
Basically, yes.
Is he? What's he doing? He has arrived.
Right, he has arrived, where I will cast Bolt at that guy over there. Now here's the other thing. So,
I just noticed something actually. Oh, it's focus. You'll have to use focus from the traits rather than from the power. So you can click the button that says bolt, and then you can have to roll on the traits because basically, of course, the NPCs are correct in the fact that there is. Well, actually, they're not correct. They should still have the focus dice. I'll have to fix them. What I'm trying to say is they're broken.
yeah, but that's why I summoned them, because I couldn't. We wanted to test it. That's pretty much what I was doing.
I'll have to look into why they're broken, but they're broken.
Yeah, so combat.
So basically speaking, if you wanted, what you're going to have to do for the moment is if you want to cut.
All it does is obviously it just drops the heat wave rather than the thingy. So we have to roll focus.
Yeah.
Let's see. God, it's taking ages to update it, though, isn't it? Right, the main tab. Right, okay. Focus. Does that hit? Would that be short range? Yes.
That misses. You need a 4, don't forget. You need a 4 to successfully cast. Oh, a 4. Sorry, yes. Sorry, a 4 will hit. Yeah, 4 hits. Sorry, I apologise. I was seeing the defence. Sorry, yes.
He's shaken.
He is shaken.
Of the desert sand.
Indeed. And
that's me.
Mr. Bueller, sir. They shot your drone down. Right. If you're talking, Mr. Bueller, we can't hear you.
Sorry, once again, pushing the wrong push to talk. Okay, so Beulah is pissed because they shot his drone down, but there's some strategery necessary now, I guess. So move there.
Certainly, that gives you medium cover. And also gives Pow medium cover.
And I guess that's going to have to be it, because he doesn't really see anything to take a shot.
Okay, gang soldier number 2 is going to advance around to the very edge there, see who he can see. I think he can see Pow. Yep, he can. So he's going to fire his light pistol at Pow. Missing. He's then got 1 inch movement, so he's then going to duck back into cover. Waif.
Waif is looking pretty scruffy, so she's going to go just running straight in. Not very far.
You can bend it if you want. Even though the rules say you can't, I do.
No, I'm not Benny in a run.
That's okay.
Until you pop more Bennies out there. I can't see. Can I see 2 from here?
You can see 2 from there. He's just because if you can see him, you can see him. They just might have cover, which obviously.
Okay, because he already took a shot at Pow, and I've got him in my sight. This will automatically apply because I ran.
It will. So basically you would have hit, but obviously because he's in cover, he sees you coming, he sees you take aim, he ducks behind cover, which means that, and the cover protects him. The cover protects him from your shot. Merlin.
Okay. Close my error screen. And it is time to put some deflection out there. Sorry, mage armor out there.
Is anyone else getting database node not owned combat tracker combat groups ID combatants IDO1.senses? Yeah. I'm just curious what you guys are getting. I'm always tempted to just close down and reload because I've got to see if the update fixes it.
177 set value, unable to create node.
Okay. We'll sit. Yeah.
Okay, Merlin is going to move up to here with part of his move.
Yep.
He is going to drop a massive mage armor.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 additional recipients. So that's 9 points. And of course, we're going to do the shroud and the hurry.
Okay.
So that's 11 points. So let us cast a spell.
Don't forget to do the targeting to make the applying easier. You successfully cast it. Wow, look at that. All those little arrows flying out from you. And there we go.
Oh, that dropped a ton of arrows out there.
Did it?
Yeah,
Oh, it did, didn't it? Yeah. Combatants ID-001 senses. Okay, I'm very inclined. I'm at the end of this round. I may actually do a quick stop-start because I have just updated the rule set to see, and let's see if it fixes it. That didn't. Have I not put the? I haven't put the hurry pace one in, have I? Bum.
Yeah, and all that needs to go to attack -3 as well. So
Yeah, so that's that goes.
Yeah.
To
So he's cast deflection on the Desert Spirit, so that's going to be -6 to hit it.
my -6.
Because bullets do -4 damage and -4 to hit. It's a
But that's already no. -4 damage is not -6 to hit it.
Does it have deflection?
well, it should have a at range -4 already built into it, and this will just stack
Okay.
on top of all that.
Yeah, I've just realised actually. I
No, yeah, you're right. It's mine. Yeah, you're correct. It doesn't add deflection. It just adds damage reduction.
I forgot. I forgot I had a nice Merlin shield effect, didn't I? So I don't actually need. I know you just nicely put everyone on deflection, but I was mistaken.
Yeah, it should auto factor in if it gets shot with a bullet. It should.
It should have the fact that I programmed in -4 from bullets.
Yes, shoot it and find out. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I will. Okay, so everyone now should have Merlin's shield. So I need to go through all the effects in quite a few games and update them, especially this instance. Okay, I think we've got everyone affected correctly. So Merlin, you can end your turn now. So
I will then actually take the rest of my
yes, you've got
moves
2 inches.
to
Yeah.
dart over here. Oh, that's not going to get me as far as I want. Let's just dart over here and land on this pile of rubble over here.
Okay. You dart over there and land on that pile of rubble. I shall give you light cover for that because you're slightly exposed. That brings us to Gang Soldier number 3. What can Gang Soldier number 3 can see? Gang Soldier number 3 can see Waif, but Waif will technically get cover, so I'm going to give her a -2 cover because there is terrain in between the two. So basically, there's a gunshot and a pistol shot and a bullet goes, well, who knows where. It goes very wide. And we'll have another shot from over here, which should miss even before I worry about cover. And I can't see the last. There's the last one there. Oh, he's got a nice. Oh, he's got. I know he's going to shoot. There's no cover protection at all there. So there you go, Merlin's shield. My word, look at that. There's no chance of him hitting. But if he had hit, does the pistol count as bullet damage? That's the question. Have I put it in? No, I haven't put it in as bullets. That's my mistake. We'll worry about that later. So, I'm inclined. What I'm just going to do is force you all to get kicked. You should reconnect as soon as it's back up. Only because the one only because the Lua script that all the error messages are in, I've just updated, so I'm going to relaunch.
Hopefully that will do the updates mechanic. Okay, so it is.
So you should all automatically be reconnecting as soon as it comes back in.
No, you got to click join campaign, but it was green.
That's interesting. It should have. Normally, it just lets you reconnect, doesn't it? It sits there retrying, but not to worry.
Yeah, that kicked us off the game.
They must. They did change. They have changed the network code, haven't they? In the update, that's something else they changed. So maybe that's the change in the new update code. Sorry about that. Are you all connecting, or are you still getting a tempting resolved connection?
It has not gone green yet. DOSWELK is still red.
Really?
Is your table up now, is it?
It's still loading. Apparently, I found out the one person who has an even slower Fancy Grounds Unity startup time than me. Doug.
I'd imagine.
Because
He's like,
mine's slow because I've got pretty much every Savage Worlds setting there is. Doug's is slow because he's pretty much got
but
everything.
he has to have everything, including all the 5e stuff. He's like, and the art pack.
We'll see if this fixes the issues. If it doesn't, I apologise for unnecessarily kicking you all.
Yeah, I took advantage of the break. Got my bio break in.
What's worrying me is how long it's taking me to start up again. There we are, I'm up.
License key conflict.
I've just got attempting to resolve and oh, here it goes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, I'm getting acquiring the file list.
Yeah, we've got there.
You might do because you may well do because obviously I've just updated the rule set. I've got I've got Client Connect. I'm getting console information coming up. I'm going to leave it up. It's interesting. Yeah, authorization failed license key conflict. Interesting.
Yeah, because you just reloaded and booted.
You're getting in now though.
Yeah, it's fucking a whole load of error, but we're there.
I'm getting network received requests. It's quite interesting actually having the console up so it's showing everything.
Oh, that's a lot of errors.
Well, no, at the moment it's long.
Actually, I don't think they're. Well, I don't know about you.
We're
I'm
getting
not getting-
authorization failed license key conflicts, which means it hasn't finished kicking me out yet, doesn't it?
Well, it says no. As far as it's concerned, everyone's disconnected.
Yeah, no, I'm just getting file requests. It's not actually a.
They're not actually errors. It's just because the console's open. It's showing you what it's doing. They're not actually errors. It's because the console. It's an interesting one. That it's if the console's open, it will show you that stuff. I keep getting license key conflicts though.
But that's me, license key conflict.
That just means that certain people haven't been kicked all the way, so you gotta like close it and go back in.
It's weird. I'm getting IKey, but I'm not getting wave on the character selection.
You're there. I can clear it. Clear the owners. See if you can get it now.
Yeah.
Is it really not letting you back in?
Now it's resolving connection error. Well, yeah, connection to server.
Yeah, I'm getting. Yep. Oh, why did I just disconnect? It just told me I disconnected. Oh no, I haven't. I'm acquiring the file list. It's interesting, the messages.
And it's not letting me open Wave's character sheet, even though it let me take it.
It looks like I've
I'm
reached
gonna back out and come back in because something went wrong with mine.
If need be, I can basically close it and try again. Oh, it says you've connected at last.
And now it's working, acquiring file list. I had to shut it down twice.
Sorry, guys. I was hoping that would be a nice, easy, quick thing. I shall know in future to never ever do that again.
But I had to eat pizza, so it's right.
Anyway. Hopefully now the combat tracker will behave itself. I'm still acquiring file list on my Linux box.
Just tell Kyle that we just really appreciate being his guinea pigs.
I'm sorry.
That's alright. Yeah, I've had epilepsy all my life. They put you on and off different medications. Guinea pig has different aspects.
Indeed.
I'd rather be on like this. Thanks.
Yeah. No, as I say, it's just that is the downside. I mean, it does mean you get. Yeah, I mean, I've got so used to it these days. I forget. It does mean that you do. There are the days where you have all the pain. Like
You better release Waif because apparently I own Waif at the moment. But there's definitely something funny went there, wasn't it? Because Waif could see me, and now, yeah.
Let's clear both of them.
No, I've got Aki now. It's all right.
Sorry. Try now.
Well, I got Aki again. But yeah, wife's it said owned by me.
Okay, looks like everyone's back. Sorry about that mess I just created there by trying to fix an error. Right, here's the Savage one has not reconnected. Start again.
I still think it's cool you can switch it off and it starts back up again. My first experiences of Fantasy Grounds, I used to use it as a table in the same room with all the players. So we could just switch it off at the end of the game and the next week switch it back on again. You'd have to move counters or anything.
Okay, next round. Let's see what errors or console errors you get this time. None. Oh, look, all the bad guys are getting the jokers today, and I forgot to actually let 2 characters act last turn, so I'm going to take them off hold now. Because I forgot to let them act. I'm going to shoot a light pistol at Waif. That's going to hit.
Well, running out there managed to draw it all on me, guys. You might have noticed.
Game server connection was lost. Return launcher.
Which is one of the reasons why I tried to get you your shield up. So
Light pistol damage 2d6. Waif is hit by a light pistol shot, which does cause a potential wound. Did you put a shield on Waif, by the way?
yeah, it showed up on the roll.
It did show up on the roll, yeah. I'm sorry, I was looking at the NPC, not Waif. Okay, Waif avoids the bullet shot. Okay. Flipping hell. Try that again, shall we? That's a bit better.
Console error. Line 177.
Oh, you know what? I didn't get that one.
Yeah, it's just the players that get spammed as well.
Yeah, no, but that's what I meant. That's why I've connected up with a.
And it's the same 177 error.
Okay, let's see if I get. Okay, I've got the map up. I've got the combat tracker up. We'll see. I'll see what happens. Now I've got a player session running. Okay. Gang Soldier number 5 is going to run because he's got the Joker bonus and he feels like having some violence. He misses. No console error yet. Merlin!
Okay, Merlin is going to pop his head up, and he is going to cast 2 magic missiles. That's what I'm looking for. He's going to cast 2 magic missiles, one at 4 and one at 2.
Okie dokie, go for it. 2 is more, 4 is more exposed to you than Gang Soldier 2, but the covers should be correctly set for each of them.
So let me see. It takes 1 per unless I do other things. So 1, 2, 4, 8. Yeah, let's just go ahead and we'll just throw basic ones and see what happens. That should have been medium cover, light.
No, he should be on light. He should be on medium cover. He should be on light, but it's still a -2. Oh yeah, no, he's got both. Sorry, he should be on light cover, not medium cover. So medium cover. So you rolled a 2. So you miss anyway.
Yeah. Failed to trigger. Yeah, no, that's what I was.
Yeah. It still costs a PowerPoint.
I am going to Benny that though.
Okay. The cover should be right now.
No bother. Okay. Yeah, and I will shoot the other one.
Okay. That's looking. Oh, that was a success.
I forgot to put my +1 in. That actually should be a success. Oh no, the cover again. Dang it.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
It still costs you 2 PowerPoints, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah, covers. That's the thing. When you start using cover properly, it changes everything. It's quite interesting how the mechanics change. You almost have to start going on hold and then interrupt them as they pop out to shoot, if that makes sense. Because if they're in heavy cover, they actually have to expose themselves to shoot back, which is going to.
And I will arrange myself just a little bit so I've got a little better cover.
Yeah. Please do so.
I mean, just right where I am. I'm just going to kind of pull up in front of me type of thing.
Yeah. So likewise, the point is he has to if he's in heavy cover where he is, he can't actually see you guys, so he has to step out into the open to shoot wave and miss, and then step back. You see. So the idea is what you would do is you would go on hold and try and catch him as he exposes himself, so you don't have to worry about the cover bonuses. Aki.
He's all undercover now, are they?
Yeah.
If I was to lob a grenade.
Well, as long as it doesn't deviate and hit the rest of the party, then obviously it depends where it lands. If it lands behind them, they don't have cover. If it lands between them and the cover, they have cover.
So let me draw a medium burst. Medium burst or small burst for a grenade?
Medium burst template.
Medium burst. There's a medium burst. If I was to drop a grenade.
If you're going to drop a grenade there, you are going to be putting a manual -4 modifier into your athletics roll, because that's long range. I'm only saying manual because there is no target there for it to know that you're throwing it long range.
Can I move? If I move there, what would that do? The range is 10. That'll make it medium range. 5 is a medium. 10 is 10 is medium.
That's long range. That's 11 inches.
Make it 10 inches, isn't it? Medium range.
That makes it medium range -2.
It's not letting me change the the little box down the bottom where you can put in a -2.
Yeah.
It's not letting me do anything with it.
Doesn't matter. I can do it in my head. Make the athletics roll.
Oh yeah. Well, I was going to throw a grenade, isn't it? Yeah. So.
Yeah. Make your athletics roll. Well, yeah. Make your grenade combat throw, and then I'll take 2 off the result.
Oh look at that! Oh look at that! Oh look at that!
You didn't need to move it. You didn't need to move that far. Okay, so that's an accurate landing. Roll damage.
No problem.
Right, so soldier number 2 has toughness 9 against that grenade, but he still is taken out by it. Soldier number 4 has no protection from the grenade and goes down. Did anyone else get console errors with all of that?
Yep.
Yeah.
The same error, 177.
Yeah, isn't it? That's really. Do you know that's really annoying? Because the only reason I kicked us all out is because that was the scripts manager _vision _sw.lua was the file that I just updated. So I was hoping it would fix it. Oh well. This
Yeah,
new
it's
lighting stuff.
working out a line of sights for the tokens and the blood splats when they get the play.
Ah, that's probably what it is. The blood splats are probably causing the problem.
Throwing a hissy fit.
Can I turn those off? Maybe I just need to. Maybe if I turn those off, it goes away. They're defeated markers, aren't they? And I can't remember where they are. Let's turn the defeated markers off. I do like the blood splats, but if they're causing console
you're
errors...
still going to get it when you add a token to the map, though.
It's in the settings, combat GM. Defeated markers on or off.
There we are. Let's try turning them off and see if that makes any difference. Right, anyway. Soldier number 6. I'm going to spend a penny to see if I can get a better run for him. No. Pow pow. Thank you very much.
I can't see anybody, so I'm going to be a bit brave. And
thank you very much, Destruction Man 1974. 3 years after I was born. I'm an old fart these days. Okay, 6 inches to there.
Scramble up to there. And then he will tell you what he'll do. He will cast protection.
You do notice they do seem to be sort of swarming and defending this building.
So he will cast protection on
Spirit Beast.
You casting it on you.
Yeah, let's cast it on everybody.
For the record, you need to declare who you're casting it on before you roll, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, let's cast it on everybody.
But it would if we were using the low PowerPoint option, because casting it on yourself would be a success. Casting it on everybody, that would have been a fail.
Yes, I know. And we'll get to the question about low PowerPoints in a minute. But yeah, let's cast it on everybody. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Puela is not in range.
6, 7.
Puela is not in range.
Puela is not in range.
Unless you spend an extra power point to double your range.
Yes, we'll do that. We'll spend 8 power points. Could leave 5 left. That worked out right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, not the
7.
not the desert spirit. I'm not going to cast it on the desert spirit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I only make it 7 power points.
What? So 6 of them, and then 1 for double range, so 7 now.
Yeah, exactly. But you said 8, which is why I thought you were casting it on the desert spirit as well.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, that's done. Everyone's ridiculously powered up and armoured up and untouchable, which I don't have a problem
Right,
with.
and then that's him for thingy, and then the desert spirit will run forward. Oh, where's he going? He is not going there. Going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all he will do.
Okay, that brings us to Waif.
Before Waif runs forward, you got the extra stuff added to me. Okay, she's gonna move up here. Let's move. I can't see those. It's as bad as Andy. No, she's got to back up when she's only got.
Yeah, something that sorry to interrupt, but something that you jot down is obviously the spirit. It doesn't have any power points because normally it's a no power point setting.
Yep.
But something to mentally note. Move on.
So then, Waif will have to stop here, and I can't see anything. So.
Can you not see host? Can you not see 5 and 6?
I can't see any of them.
That's worrying.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Okay, well, since I can see one, I'm going to take a shot at 5.
Be my guest. I was a bit concerned there. It's like, hang on, why can't you see?
Yeah, you still get to make them visible, even if the light hides them. The light will decide whether or not the players can see them.
No, I know that. It's just, I don't know. Obviously, it's obviously something to do with. It's obviously lost their visibleness on the combat tracker. Okay, right. That's Gang Soldier number 5, wounded. He does have the Joker though, so I may spend a penny on him.
They've been there the whole time.
They did just move this turn. They were behind cover. They've moved out to there. I didn't realise. I don't know why you couldn't see him, but that guy there's only just moved out. That guy. Well, actually, they've both just moved out of cover, so it's not the end of the world. I don't think anyone. The only one might have been no. They went after. One went before first things first, and the other one went after Merlin. So I don't know why you couldn't see him. Maybe they were incredibly stealthy. Let's go with that, shall we?
Yeah, I had a +2 on pace, but I would have stopped there anyway for the cover.
No worries.
Well, hopefully, Desert Spirit in the open will put the blade, distract him.
Okay, 5 inches gets him to there. He can see pretty much everybody. He is going. What's he going to do? He is going to. Yeah, I think so.
We're going to kill him.
Oh, ha, ha.
He's exposed himself one too many times in this dump.
I think I don't need a large. I think I can get away with a medium. Yep, I can get away with a medium. Medium burst template. Large doesn't get any more than that. Even if I'd moved it down, I can't get Aki in on that. So it's 2 power points, 4 power points. I'm going to 2 power points, 4 power points. I'm going to cast 5 power points. Okay, so basically you Pow, Waif and Desert Spirit are hit with an overwhelming sense of dread and horror. Easiest way to do it, I've just found out, is if you just type /roll fear in the chat box, it'll roll on it. But if you want the fear table, there it is. If you want to roll it in the old-fashioned way, and I'll do it for your Desert Spirit. So it's basically spirit check with he didn't get the raise, so it's just a straightforward spirit check. Your Desert Spirit, unless it's immune to fear, which it isn't, is panicked.
So it fails. I succeed.
Okay, you were. That's still the Desert Spirit.
Is the Desert Spirit rolled on the fear table?
No, extras are automatically panicked, so it will automatically run away.
Right.
Desert Spirit, I hit Pow as well. Even though you fight off the sense of 12 rounds. Even though you fight off the sense of dread and fear, you do find yourself hindered. And the Desert Spirit has to automatically run at its full pace. Plus its run die away from the effect. There we go. And then for one last inch of movement, he's ducking back into cover.
Damn, I'm going to run up and blind him with the sand, but not anymore.
Like I said it does. The downside is it slows it down, but at the same time, I did say I'm going to use cover properly for the bad guys. Means you have to be much more tactical. Mr. Donohue, sir. Yeah.
All right. How big are the piles of garbage and such here?
Pretty big, if you consider
And such.
if you consider 1 inch is 2 yards of garbage, they're quite considerable. The ones that block line of sight are probably at least 6 or 7, so about 12 or about at least 10 to 12 yards high, stacked up on themselves.
Right.
I mean, actually, look at that. Looks like that's a rebel shield generator just lying there. That's what that looks like to me, anyway. Be my guest. What's the plan, sir?
I want to try and try and attack like a critical spot on the pile next to the street mage.
Okay.
Yeah. And cause it to like collapse and fall towards him and like make him be distracted and vulnerable and such.
Sounds good to me. So I take it you're using shooting for that, are you?
I was looking more for the right spot to hit than was looking like either notice or like a notice maybe.
Yeah, go for it. I'll allow that.
Yeah.
Do you wish to bendy that?
That fails.
It did.
Well, I'm trying to do a test.
There you go.
Yeah, no,
That's
I completely
right.
get.
Here it comes. There you go.
Okay.
Got to be a set.
Right, well, there you go. So that what happens? Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, you basically cause so much crap and debris to fall down. He's going to lose his entire whole next turn, as he's basically he's automatically made vulnerable. Yeah. It looks like you've already. It looks like he's. Did you pick vulnerable, or did it set it automatically? -2 pace. Did you fail your spirit? No, you didn't fail your spirit check, so you're okay, Waif. Yeah. So basically,
I take the -2 back.
you still are hindered for the next round.
Okay.
Automatically, you resist the fear, but you are still affected by the spell, so the pace -2 still applies to you. Is basically how it works. So the street mage is basically you shoot in. You notice, don't cross off a bullet as it were, but you notice just the right spot to shoot in. You open fire on it, and it causes quite a large amount of crud and crap and dust and everything to fall down upon the guy, causing him to miss his next turn. Oh shit, I just did that on you by mistake. Let's put it on the actual right person, not on you. That would be really unfair of me. Okie dokie. Some combatants are on hold. Who's on hold? Just Queeg.
Queeg, probably. You could just remove him off the combat tracker, couldn't you?
I could, but then I'll forget to add him back in next week. Oh my word, loads of jokers given out. 2 bennies to all PCs. 1 to the bad guys. So, Waif gets to go first. So you're basically you're hindered, but Merlin's shield is hurrying you, so they cancel each other out.
So does that let me float?
That certainly will let you get to there.
I'm gonna punch him.
Go for it. Punch the street mage. Ouch.
This punch means kill him.
That's quite a punch.
I need the damage one time. Because I can't roll more than that, right?
Well, you could, but not much. Don't forget the extra. Don't forget the extra damage. 10. 10 will shake him.
And now he's face to face with me.
Exactly. And don't forget, he has suffered a setback, so he can't actually react this turn. And if you end your turn, unless you're doing anything else, because I'm trying to be a good boy, and remember, I keep forgetting to do it, but anyway. Mr. Merlin, sir.
Okay, Merlin is going to take some measurements here. Of course, they're all just out of walking range. Merlin is feeling invincible. Merlin's going to step out to here.
Okay.
And he will try again to double magic missile, number 5 and number 6.
They're not in cover because they're currently running from a bit of cover to another bit of cover as you spot them. So this might be more effective. Go for it. Well, that's a hit.
I will definitely Benny that.
Okay. Okay, so you incapacitate one of them and he goes down. Does that still cause console errors when they die?
Yep.
Oh, I give up. How annoying. Two wounds. Down he goes. Splat. Okay. That was awesome. Setbacks automated. That's brilliant.
And that would explain why I had that error pop up too.
Another one.
Setback is expired, so he's not a setback anymore.
He's not set back anymore, but that was his whole action, not being set back anymore. But it's automatic. I didn't know setback was programmed in.
And he
Brilliant.
lost.
Skipped him, didn't it?
Right, I'm definitely going to do a quick screen grab of that.
I'm going to shoot Street Mage number 2 and try not to kill Waif, Bob. I'm going to shoot him 3 times. I'm going to use my rate of fire, three attacks. So I don't have to. Do I have to do a multi attack for that? I don't, do I? It's 1 action, but 3 attacks.
By the way, that's an error as well. So Kevin, you see? Oh, you probably won't see it. Oh, you just cleared it.
I'm definitely burning.
It's like graphics error.
You can do one.
So
right.
is that error happens every time an NPC's killed?
Time you delete or something from the tracker.
The last penny, I'm going to roll all 6s. Okay, that's it, and then I'm going to give up.
Right, that is reported to Akil.
Okay.
Did you just fill up my
That window for misses, yeah. Miss. Spent 3 bennies on it, and I still missed.
Okay.
I tried.
Are you moving?
No, I'm going to stay there.
Okay, that brings us to Puela.
All right. Well, Beulah is seeing this nonsense. But there's not much for him to do at this point, so he's going to... Where's my character sheet?
Oh, he's running fast. You will need to make an athletics to scramble up that debris if you want to take the direct route.
Okay.
Or you could just run round, it's up to you. No.
So, does he get up with a 2 or no?
He won't, no, you'll need a 4.
All right. Well, I got pennies to burn here, so.
Yeah, no problem until that time.
Beulah leaps up to the top of the trash heap with the grace of a gazelle. And I can take an action now, right? Because that was all part of my running.
Yes, you certainly can, yeah.
And he is going to take a shot.
Not that it matters on the success, but did you double click run or did you single click run out of interest? Because I'm just curious, because it didn't seem to apply keep the run penalty. It's not a problem. I was just asking.
Oh, but it says running.
Yeah, but what happens if you double click it? It will hit the running dice and turn the run off. If you single click it, it hits the running dice and leaves run on. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but then it doesn't roll.
Oh, it does. If you single click it, it rolls. It's the actual click of turning.
Single click run and it works it out for you.
Yeah, it's not a problem. I'm just saying. So if you click run, so I'm clicking run now. You see it. And it rolls a running die for you. Then you can turn it off, and then every time you turn it on, it rolls the running dice.
It applies the penalty.
My bad. I didn't.
No, it's absolutely fine.
Normally you double click everything on the sheet, so my bad.
No, that's absolutely fine. That's why I was asking. It was very much just to explain how it works. Okay, yep, you scramble up. I'm going to say you're scrambling up and down, so you're standing there and you hit, because you wouldn't have cover from where you are. Where is he? You actually don't have the -4, so you hit him. Ignore it saying we missed, you actually hit. But you do actually watch the bullet. You actually see the spark as the bullet hits something in front of him. You actually see the bullet slowing down as it starts going through something and then just drops to the floor. Oh, except for the last one. It shakes him.
Burning bennies for that. All right, I'll end my turn on that note.
I'm afraid, that's the problem with magic. It's good for you guys, makes you fairly indestructible, but when the bad guys get it as well, it's very annoying. Okay, this gang soldier here is going to come round to here. That means he can see Waif, but he misses with his shot anyway. That brings us to Donohue.
Okay.
If you're talking, can't hear you. I heard okay, and that was it.
Nope, I was just acknowledging on paying attention. I'm looking to see where I want to go.
No problem at all. By this point, the amount of dust, dirt, and crap that's flying around everywhere, everyone's going to be well and truly mud splattered. We'll call it mud. I'll be nice.
They call it unfashionable.
Donohue breaks cover and darts from one pile of garbage to another, but keeps himself.
Gets on with a little bit more, and then I'll. Oh, he's shaken.
Just makes him easier to hurt. You don't need to wound him. You only need to shake him.
Oh, we'll try shooting him, I guess.
Go for it. Oh dear.
Did he just shoot me in the freaking back?
I'm afraid he did just shoot you in the freaking back. It would be dramatically appropriate that the critical failure is shooting Waif in the back. So please, Donohue, please roll damage from your heavy pistol. Oh crap!
Oh my god!
Waif, magical protection or not, that hurts. As a bullet slams into your back.
I'd argue Smart Link, but that's a critical failure.
Yeah. Do you want to try your luck on another soak, or you?
I will stay with the one for now.
Okay. Obviously, the bullet doesn't actually hit any vital organs or anything, but it definitely basically.
You can Benny the damage still, and I can shout a warning to it, and with common bond and restock our pennies.
It's up to you.
Yeah, are you allowed to spend a Benny to re-roll and take the lower damage?
No, I don't think so.
No, you can only Benny.
You can't, can you, in this instance, because you can't spend bennies after a critical failure.
You can't spend Bennies to re-roll a critical failure.
But you can Benny the damage.
Exactly.
Do you know what? Technically speaking, there is nothing stopping Donohue. You are right, actually. There is absolutely nothing stopping there's nothing stopping Donohue bennying the damage.
That's a good That's a good line of reasoning. I like that.
Yeah, there is absolutely I've given you your Benny back, wife. Yeah, rules wise, there is I mean, at the end of the day, you are choosing to penalise yourself because you know what I mean. Because of a critical failure, you're choosing
a Benny to do lower damage.
That's perfect as far as I'm concerned. That's perfectly reasonable use of bennies.
Yeah, so officially you can Benny damage and take the best result. In this case, would be the lower number.
At the end of the day, it is no, because there are. I know they put it in the rules. If you spend a Benny to re-roll, unless it's a critical fail on a trait roll, you can choose any of the results of your choice. Likewise, it does. There are a couple of times I know it does. Like they do say, the example they give is for Berserk, isn't it? You can choose to re-roll the Berserk and take the worst roll because you want to go Berserk. So yeah. So basically, you are shaken as Donohue accidentally shoots you in the back.
Yeah, well, you need to stick to hacking.
Pow pow.
Poo. What does the spirits run away? Oh well. This is obviously a new fashion statement. We're going to call it derelict for all of this and.
Adam was panicked last fall.
Until you recover, or you're off the map.
Going to run there.
It's a spirit check to recover. I'm interested to see if it's automatic or not.
Because we're running low on power points, what we're going to do is we're going to shoot him.
So what you're saying is you're going to shoot Waif again?
Possibly.
Hey, don't you have another couple of steps you can just like step around me instead of trying to shoot through me? You're not that good.
Dodged a bullet a minute ago. Only just went in your butt cheek.
Yeah,
I'm sure we won't get a critical.
I tell you, when I go slap Donohue upside the head, that's going to hurt more than the bullet did.
Okay, hang on.
Just where I am.
The mage doesn't get cover from you there, so that is actually a 2, which still misses.
Still, oh god, so many gods. So, what do I need to get? 6?
You only need a 4, but you rolled a 2 because it was medium range.
Oh,
Rolled a 4, did he?
rolled a 4.
Yeah, he rolled a 4, but there's a medium range -2 modifier.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so I need a 6. In other words.
Rubbish. Standing right next to him, he still missed.
I know, but it's only.
Tasers aren't meant for long ranges, are they?
To get assault rifles like me.
Let's keep rolling that till you get a crit fail, damn it.
No. They attempted it. No, they're going to bottle it. Yeah, so it's missed them. It's just because it won't go that distance. It's too much metal.
So basically, the taser fires and the darts fly out, and basically they get halfway there and they just sort of fall to the ground. If you actually, to be honest, if you'd critically failed, I wouldn't actually have had you hit Waif with a taser. I'd had they'd have flown out, missed the target, landed in a puddle, and then electrocuted you. Because I would have thought that would have been funny.
Right. So, and I have to lose the next action, pull my hair flat again.
Exactly.
So, Desert Spirit, is he going to he's going to have to make a spirit check, isn't it?
He is. I was curious to see if Panicked would make an automatic spirit check, but it didn't. So Desert Spirit needs to make a spirit check. Otherwise, all he can do he's just going to run.
No, he's going to run.
He's just going to run. 8 whole inches.
Bye.
Okay. And next round. And the bad guy's got jokers. I think the street mage is recovering. Yes, the street mage has recovered.
I was trying to stun him.
Okay, the street mage is going to bolt Waif at point blank range. The street waif is going to use the Benny he just got, well, the GM just got, to bolt Waif at point blank range. So basically he hits you in the face with some flame arrows, Waif, I'm afraid. Ooh! Ooh! Ouch! I think actually you just got hit in the face by a fireball. In terms of damage output. That was your last Benny, wasn't it?
Merlin, I'm giving you a card.
No, not the fireball. No, not the fireball.
Get that card out, Merlin.
Quick shuffle cards.
Wait, I have one more, Benny. Let me try.
Yes, because I shouted the warning. That's why I'm good.
Papa shouts, "Look out!" And, yep.
Would that get a 4?
That's that's going to be 3 wounds. Wife's still standing from that. She's not incapacitated. Smack. Okie dokie. Merlin. Actually, he is going to back off thinking about it. Because
Shaken so she can't hit him.
Yeah. Merlin.
Yeah, looking at my options. I can't see anybody from where I am. Not 100% sure.
You do need to give an adventure card to Aki at some point.
Yeah, I just did.
He just gave me a card back.
That's okay. It just didn't show up on my chat. That's why I didn't know. Thank you. Oh, it did. Merlin gave an adventure card to Aki. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, I was reading the wrong way around.
Merlin is going to step up here next to Wave.
Yep.
And he is going to cold shot at the street mage.
Okay. Because you've advanced to there, he hasn't got cover from you, so I'll remove the cover.
I'm going to attempt to slow him down by shooting him in the leg.
Okay. Go for it. He is targeted.
-2 for the cold shot. Where's my bow? There it is. We are going to use our combat arrows, I think. I will re-roll that. There we go.
I'm trying to work out what it was behind. Oh, because of the cold shot. Ignore me. Yep, you hit. That's cold shot to the leg. He's still got his magical protection on, I'm afraid.
Yeah, apparently that's going to stop the arrow too. Bummer.
That's a shame. That was a lovely attempt there, I'm afraid. It looked really cool as well. You came running round the corner and that's...
Yeah, and pinning to the ground kind of thing is what I was thinking. But yeah, oh well.
Hitting a limb is no additional special effects. It's already accounted for by wound and pace penalties. That's interesting. Per the rules, hitting a limb has no additional special effects since it's already accounted for by wound and pace penalties, for the record. That's interesting. Aki.
Well, I probably would have gone with an arm or hand to make him drop whatever it is he's got in his hand.
He's got a gun in one hand and a fireball in the other. Yeah. Aki moves to there.
And he shoots him.
Shoots who?
That guy over there, gang 3.
Oh,
Soldier
yeah.
number.
Yeah, so you can see it.
Cracking shot.
I see. I just didn't know who you were shooting because you didn't bother targeting anyone.
Oh, I control clicked on him.
And shot him between the eyes.
Yep, you shot him anyway. Don't worry, it's okay. There wasn't any cover bonuses or range penalties, so it doesn't matter. But it's okay.
Oh, no, what it was, I clicked on Waif because I was untargeting the mage who I couldn't see, and then forgot to click on me. So yeah.
That console error is very annoying. I do feel sorry for you guys. Sorry about that.
Send them to you later. We're getting them all in a bag. We're going to put them in the. We're going to send them all to you.
I've taken a screen grab of my client and sent them off.
It's going to be spammed with some screen grabs, dude. About 400 here from each of us.
Yeah, one per line. Yeah.
Okay, I failed my. Can I fall back still, or am I?
I would say on a critical failure of your spirit, all you can do is move, and obviously your pace is at -3 + 2, so you've got pace 5. You've got -1 pace at the moment.
You Benny can't shake.
But, you can put the blood splatter spec, you know.
You can't use a Benny to unshake because, of course, you've critically failed your spirit roll.
Bummer.
Yeah.
It's a critical failure. I'm not going to say there's any worse than that because, to be honest, critically failing your spirit means you cannot do anything that turn except move. So I think that's penalty enough for a critical failure, isn't it? Pow pow. Sorry.
Fall back.
Sorry. Yeah. Pow pow. You can, I suppose. It's up to. I suppose you can choose to just let your desert spirit go. I suppose.
Well, he's gone over the distance and running away, isn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, you can sort of release the spell, and that would basically unsummon him, as it were.
Yeah.
In a no PowerPoint setting, that would make a lot of sense because, of course, you're having to maintain that spell while he's around.
I know. Yeah, let's throw a ball of string at him. Cast and tangle.
Which hits.
So yeah, a small domestic cat appears with a ball of string, hands it to Pow Pow, and throws it at it.
Okay, that's a hit.
It wraps around him.
That's a hit with a raise. So you bound the street mage. Because you got the raise. Indeed. your desert spirit.
Yeah, let's cancel him because I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah. Puela. The street mage ran off deeper behind the garbage and everything else, so you'll have to either scramble down the other side or clamber up to where you are. But yeah, that works fine. You see, yeah. I wonder if I turn off all sight effects, that would happen. There's only one guy left. So I wonder if I turn everything off. The errors go away. Let's try that out of interest. Clear. He's the last guy on the fight, so let's just turn all line of sight stuff off and see if that fixes it. Okay, Puela. The mage appears to be tangled up in a big ball. Well, there's basically seems to be tangled up in a load of string, and there seems to be a ball of it just slightly rolling away, and that disappears. But the string all around him still seems to be affecting him. You hit. Because he can't avoid the shot. Mm-hmm. 3 wounds. I don't think I'm going to save that, so I think we're just going to have him die. And the answer is, it still causes... yeah, so it
still causes errors.
It does still kill those errors. Yeah, I just saw them all come up. Okay, well, congratulations. You have... obviously, there were the local residents that were some here. They've obviously dove into their hiding. They mostly seem to be up there. This area around here seems to be empty of residents. And what you noticed from where you are now, there does appear to be an entrance to some sort of structure there.
The question is, have we got 10 minutes to heal? Wave. Or do we need to do it right now?
It's all quiet.
Do you have any magic stuff to heal Waif?
Well, I was going to do it conventionally first, and then I thought she might still spend 10
I've got a
minutes.
card. Play a wounded character out of combat. All wounds are recovered, but the victim gains a permanent scar for the next month.
It probably singed most of my freaking hair off.
Sorry, somebody playing a card there, did they say?
I've got a card that will heal for free. Yeah.
Good, because my healing roll's terrible. I'm gonna have to
It
use
just means that Wave's got -2 to persuasion for a month. Shall I do that and save your healing powers?
Yeah, I'm down to 4 power points.
Boom, healed. He's got -2 to persuasion for 30 days of game time.
Yeah, it singed off my hair.
Exactly, your hair's got to grow back. That's it.
No, that's a good job she's not playing a gnome right now, because that would really annoy her.
Yeah, so we cauterize a wound.
Yeah, so that's 0 wounds and no longer shaken.
Got no more adventure cards to play today. Or have I? No, I haven't. I've got one more. I gave one away, didn't I? Didn't play it. Let's investigate this thing over here then, shall we? Or,
Yeah, I'm still getting errors though.
yeah, we're all getting errors here.
Yeah, no, I thought someone was saying that they were cleared up. I'm just making.
No. We were wondering that if I turned off all lighting effects, would the errors go away? And the answer was no. I have reported it anyway, so we should be.
Can I take a moment to slap Donohue for shooting me in the back?
I'm sure. Well, Donohue might not want you to take a moment, but I don't have a problem with it at all.
Making a dog.
Oof.
Good solid smack. Thanks. Stick with that. And I move up to the other guys.
Okay, right. So there does appear to be some sort of well, there's a door there. You can open the door and head on it if you so wish.
Head on in.
Check it for traps.
Yeah,
Sabotage.
be my guest. Notice and or thievery can be used.
Go for blind.
You don't, Aki. You don't. You examining the door area. You don't see anything.
I'm gonna go in anyway. I didn't think there was any traps, but we saw them running in and out.
There you go.
Tell you what, I'll cast Summon Ally.
Oh, did that not? That didn't do it, did it? Does that? Did that do it? There we go. I have to remember that when I turn on layers, I do have to update the map.
Do we see anything on the guy's body when we toss the bodies?
They just have. Well, they've got. If you want, they've got standard equipment which you can take off them if you so wish.
Well, it might have a better gun than the pocket pistol.
They were light pistols. You're getting that far, and then I'm hitting you with a trap, mate.
All right, okay.
And that's what I'm going to say. Do you want to summon Ally? Because I can send a little cat in there. The cat will tell us what.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find where they were. They were light pistols, so I'm just trying to look where they. I've lost what they were. They were gang soldiers. They had light pistols, which had 12-24 range, doing 2d6 damage.
Pistols do 2d6 -1, don't they?
These have probably been souped up.
And their range is 10, 20, 40?
12, 24, 48.
Oh, that's better than what I got.
Okay, I just need to take that. So you can take, if you certainly want to take a light pistol, you can. I just need to put keywords in it. The rate of fire is 1. The number of shots is 7. The minimum strength is D4. And the weight is... Whoops. 1. And the group is pistol.
And we found ammo in there?
They'll have, well, basically you've probably you'll find enough of probably a couple of magazines. So these take 7 round magazines. We're going to make this a mech. It's a mech tech light pistol. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Does anyone else want a mech tech light pistol? Bearing in mind these
I'll have one if there's a spare guy. Yeah.
Well, logically there's 6 of them.
Yeah, I mean, we just killed them. And then I was also wondering if the street mage had anything for our casters.
Not really. He may have spell components and knickknacks and stuff, but he's a low-level street mage. He was just a thug. So yeah, if you want to mech tech light pistol, I've just given you an Aki. You are taking them off gang people, so they may well have been used in numerous crimes and
but does it look shiny?
Exactly.
Waif will take one too.
Okay.
Is it shiny? Is it?
I am just pointing out the fact that I say there's nothing wrong with them. Obviously, there's
Got a guy who scrapes off serial numbers. That's all right.
Yeah, no, that's the point. These could, yeah. I mean, the problem is they may or may not have been used in. Okay, Aki,
No,
you step
I'm
into
more
the room.
interested if they're shiny and they go with the jacket.
No, they don't. Aki,
Well,
you
I'm
walk
not
into the
one
room. Aki, you walk in. As you walk in there, you suddenly feel the pressure plate underneath you depressing slightly. This whole area, that sort of whole annex bit you're in, seems you can actually feel a static charge building. Make an agility check at -2.
They told me we should have sent a cat.
Might not have been heavy enough to set it off.
Probably not. Might have a chance to see it.
No.
Gonna Benny that.
Be my guess.
Mr. 5 Benny.
Okay, that's pretty good job really, because you just avoided 4 wounds. No, just a wound. You jump out the way and the whole room discharges.
I think there's no trap in there really.
Trickery type thing.
There's a Borg Queen in here.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Discharge is like what? Blows up, and we just lost Aki.
No, he avoids it.
The discharge went off and I dodged it. Yeah.
It was basically, yeah, it's like the whole thing's like charged capacitors, and the first person to set on the pressure plate. A notice check, if you had defeated its stealth, it had a D6 stealth, so you only needed a 5 to notice it, and then obviously.
Well, this Borg thug looks a little more serious.
He does indeed, and he just got the Joker. So I'm afraid.
Good luck, Aggie. We'll be out here.
He's going to advance. Basically, it's like, I don't know how you managed to avoid the trap, but it doesn't matter. And he basically attacks you with his razor nails twice. Missing, and missing. That's really annoying. I'm going to spend a penny on those. And one more, one of his. That's better. That didn't roll, did it?
Hit. Now you got to roll the damage and get over 10. Which you did, I think. Oh, unharmed! Yeah, baby!
By 1 point. Yeah, so basically, yeah, his razor nails slash across you, but they have no real effect. The interesting thing is, the sword in his other arm, I didn't have a token exactly right. His sword in his other arm does in fact look like basically a very large pistol. But it's not actually, but it is actually part of his arm rather than he's holding it, if that makes sense. So it's a sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Embedded? That's not the right word. What would it be? You know what I mean? Built into him.
It's built in. He's attached to him.
Integral.
Yeah. Anyway, over to Aki.
Who is gonna? Am I targeting him? I'm targeting him. I'm gonna hit him with the shot club.
Okie dokie. You missed.
Oh, you got a shot club too now, right on.
I had a shot club since day one.
Oh, you never used it, huh?
And since I had an assault rifle, I didn't need to, but I just wasted all my bennies and missed Borrocks. You hear Aki say, Borrocks!
For the record, actually looking at the layout of the building, it's not too clear to see. And obviously, I decided there was a door there when there wasn't one, but there was. There's also a door up there, and for the so there's also a door up there as well. So you can either enter the building this way, or you can enter the building that way, if anyone wants to. Pow pow.
Yeah, I'll shout at him to get out, so he gains a penny.
Thanks.
No.
Never got a better token for him.
Yeah, I'm going to try and run in there and taser him. But imagine he runs with some kind of electricity.
The trap doesn't go off again. You can see it's already starting to charge up again, but it hasn't gone off yet.
I thought I'd gamble with it.
Actually, this one might be a better token for him. There we go. That one's a bit better. It still doesn't have a gun, but it's.
Nice. He's got a rotating blade on one arm and a drill on the other.
Yeah, he doesn't, but that's the best I've got for token wise at the moment. Okay, you shoot You shoot the Borg thug with a taser.
Yeah, it's got to roll -2. Vigor -2 would be stun.
Yes, indeed.
But he's like, haha, pitiful fool.
You know, he
And
just
I run
goes,
out of room.
no, he just goes, resistance is futile. Merlin.
Yeah, Merlin is going to step to here
Mm-hmm.
and shoot the Borg with his combat arrows.
Be my guest.
It bucked me head a little bit.
So I've made my whole Fantasy Lands freeze by just typing. But I've got too many. I've got too many graphical effects. You hit the Borg. I'm not gonna worry about that. Oh, you shake him. And then you move back out. Yep.
And now somebody else can get in there and do strange and nasty things.
That's Waif. Oh, look at this.
I'm gonna get to here, and because I did the run, it'll automatically apply multi-action. So
yeah,
take a shot at it.
Be my guest. You do feel the pressure plate depress as you enter there, but it looks like there's only enough charge to power one of the traps at a time, so it doesn't go off. You hit with a raise. That's going to be a wound that I'm going to attempt to soak because I can. You hit. You come running in. You shoot. You watch. You see the bullet penetrate the flesh, but then you sort of hear a dull metallic clang as his subdermal armor absorbs the bullet.
Now, if I remember, I had enough movement left to back up here.
You did indeed. By my reckoning, you actually got 3 inches left. Actually.
Oh no, I'm just gonna back up around the corner.
Okay. Puela.
All right. Well, Beulah's gonna. I guess Beulah can go to about there. Try his new toy. Hopefully he doesn't shoot Aki in the back.
You hit. You shake him.
And I've got one more inch of movement.
Yep.
So I'm gonna kind of duck out of this thing here and kind of take a knee and maybe take a little bit of cover if that's possible. I don't know if the thing's got range or not, but
It's fine. It's very sensible. That brings us last but no means least to Mr. Donohue. He was just quietly strolling quietly through the rubbish tip when he heard more gunfire screams and shouts.
Sorry, I'm from.
Yeah.
Donohue's wondering why he got involved with us in the first place.
I'm recovering fast lap.
I'll head up there, but I think I will stay out here for the moment at least.
Sounds good to me. Okay. Next round. Let's see what happens on the second round. Pow Pow gets a joker.
Thanks, Pow Pow. Two bennies from Pow Pow this round for me.
Pow Pow gets a double joker as far as Aki's concerned.
I'm going to summon an ally, throw some sand into the room.
Okay.
On 5. Right, with a joker bonus.
Right. Is Desert Spirit again, yeah?
Yeah, it's just look some sand out the room that'll come in a desert spirit.
Okay, I have to open it and then drag it to the combat tracker. I need to remember that. And then make it visible, make it friendly, and I shall place it next to you, and then you can move it to wherever you want to summon it, within line of sight and within range of your smarts.
So my map could be 3 inches, and that's close enough, I suppose. So yeah, I throw some sand in, and the desert spirit crawls out of the ground.
Okay.
And then the desert spirit will cast blind on the board.
Make your gifted roll. So I need to fix, apparently all the illumination stuff are wrong for the different races in Sprawlrunners, and I also need to fix that the bloody powers aren't working properly.
So it gets a raise on blind.
Which is quite nasty, I seem to recall. Blind. Blind, those affected by the malicious power. Okay.
Minus 40 all actions.
Success means the victim suffers spells for. The victim automatically tries to shake the effect off as a roll. Free action at the end of his following turn. That's horrible.
Yeah, so the sand spirit comes out, and it's like a tornado, and it's blowing sand in his face.
Nice. Well, that's really going to nerf his abilities. That brings us back to Mr. Donohue.
Okay. I think I'll just hold.
Okie dokie. Borg Fug unshakes. Borg Fug is a bit annoyed. He is going to attack twice. Attack Aki with razor nails and attack the Desert Spirit with razor nails. He kills the Desert Spirit. Well, he doesn't kill it, does it? He causes it to return to its...
So was that minus 40 hit, was it?
Yeah.
Minus 6 to hit?
Minus 6 to hit, yep.
Well, it's still terrible.
Okay, but Aki is unaffected. And
Yeah,
he
he's
is
got no fighting skill.
Puela. A small pile of sand appears on the floor.
Alright, well, Bill is going to step in.
Damn lucky, that was unfortunate.
Take a clear shot in this thing.
Go for it. Thing is the right word there. You missed though, I'm afraid. Unless you wish to spend a penny to reshoot. That's a better shot. Roll that damage.
Boom.
Very much boom. He's got one Benny left, so I might as well try using it. So I'm afraid he soaks it, but he's out of Bennies, which is still perfectly valid attack. Anything that makes me spend Bennies is always one you should view as a good use of a damage.
Oh, and I would have passed turn. Sorry, I was waiting for you to.
Sorry, I apologize. Stop talking.
No, I didn't know if I could. I didn't know if I could like re-Benny, like
No,
re-Benny. Then
no, you can't. But do you want to stay where you potted? Do you want to step back outside again?
No, I do want to step back out. That's why I only took one thing of movement.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I apologise. Go on, step back out.
Yep, I'll use Donohue as a shield.
Sounds good to me. Waif shakes the Borg Thug.
And I'm gonna step back.
Okie dokie. That bring
Take there and get shredded to bits. I've already lost all my hair. I'm done with this crap.
exactly. That brings us to Merlin.
Okay, Merlin is going to step in. No, don't do that. Merlin is going to step in, shoot, and then step back out.
Go for it. Well, for Aki standing there, the guy would have just come outside and murdered you all by now, I hope. But anyway.
Arms across. He's too scared.
Oh, I
Ooh,
forgot.
there we go.
I forgot he was a berserker. Well, it was obviously the berserk cyberware was obviously faulty.
Oh, so made it easy, did you? Thanks.
No. He's soaked all his wounds up until this point, hasn't he? So it didn't. That was well within. That was okay. He hadn't taken any damage yet. And unfortunately, he's not going berserk now. I'm going to spend a penny to re-roll my berserk roll. Flippin' hell. Aki. God, you can't win with bloody smart rolls like that.
I thought he spent all his bennies.
I was spent one of my GM bennies on him.
Shaking, isn't he? So I can move away from him without getting hit.
You can yes, you can, unless I do that.
Well, did
Anything shit.
he take damage from that? I didn't catch that.
You did 3 wounds on the guy.
Okay, I wasn't sure. You were throwing bennies around. I wasn't sure what happened.
No.
You removed shaking from him when it was my go, did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
You bastard.
So
He had.
he is no longer shaken. You can back off if you want, but he's no longer shaken.
Why am I missing this geezer?
Because he's got a parry of 6 and you keep rolling 5s. Or 3s.
Pass and Wenger. Right, okay, I'm going to pass.
Merlin's shield on Aki expired. Ooh, now it's time to hurt you. But
I wish to spend the PowerPoints to keep all those going.
why? What? Whose turn is it out of interest? Oh. Did we miss
The round, didn't it? So.
Oh, that's because I missed the fact. Well, you did, yeah. I'm going to have to turn the ball back on now. Bugger.
Sorry.
That's okay. So if I put it on you, and then I'll do
I didn't see it say.
No, I didn't see it say. If I'd noticed, it was who had it? Everyone except Puela, wasn't it?
No, everyone had it.
No, everyone had it. One power. Hang on. It's not one PowerPoint. It's one PowerPoint per person you want to maintain it on. Don't forget. So it would actually cost you 6 PowerPoints to maintain it on 6 people.
Done.
No, I say I didn't think you wouldn't. It's just that's the thing. People. It is one PowerPoint. It's one. You know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say. New round, and Aki gets to go first on the King of Spades.
Right.
Mr. Big has got lots of fugs. I hope you're thinking by now. He hides it away in the middle of nowhere, and then it's still very guarded. What are you doing, Mr. Aki?
I'm going to go on hold and do something when I notice something worth doing.
Okay, Puela.
Interrupt him.
All right, well, rinse and repeat. Puela will step to the...
Yep. Shoot Aki in the back and step out.
That's right.
By the way, all coming in, standing, supporting me. They're my pals, is not, aren't they?
You hit.
Yeah, he was there saying, "I don't know how you got past," and then all these people keep popping up behind him. It's like, oh, maybe that's how you got past.
Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to do something.
The trap's going to recharge. And
The trap is recharging, but it hasn't recharged yet. You incapacitate the thug, and down he goes. And he's going to be bleeding out, so I will unlock combat.
I'm going to disable the trap.
Okay, that will be a thievery roll or repair roll. Yeah, I will say the console's there, yeah. You analyse it and you realise that you haven't managed to disable the trap at this time.
Boom.
It doesn't go off because you didn't...
Pow, your turn. You're a thief.
It's Pow Pow go.
2 plus 2 plus 3 is 5. Wife, you need to make an agility check at -2 as you realise that basically the static charge that's been building up in the area you're standing is suddenly about to go off. Maybe Aki realises that because he's standing in front of the console fiddling with it. But you need to dive. You need to make an agility check at -2 to dive out the door before the trap activates. Which you do. You dive out the door, and Merlin, you're not. I know you're outside the room, so that's okay. Both of them discharge, and you could actually, you can actually see like the capacity drops down to nothing, and it starts trickling back up again. It looks like it reaches capacity every 18 seconds or every 20 seconds or so after a discharge.
Oh, yeah. Let's run into the right.
Oh, I thought I unlocked tokens to let you guys move freely. There you go. Be my guest.
Yeah, and then we'll try thievery to see if we can disarm alarm.
Be my guest. It's just over there. On that little nobule of the wall. Yes, yep, you are able to disarm it. Yeah. You just need a successful thievery check to disarm a trap or repair it at difficulty 6. Repair at -2. So you disarm the trap. This area seems to be some sort of bedding down area where it seems to be quite a bit of a mess. It looks like the Borg the Borg thug looks like was probably in this room you're in now, Ag. There seems to be lots of cybernetic repair bits and pieces, nothing of real value, but just enough to maintain it. The other areas seem to have a couple of beddings on it, so Pow standing on a mucky mattress on the floor. The room you've just entered here, as you come in, you notice that there seems to be some sort of strange... it's a power generator of some sort. It seems to... judging by the... Make a repair check. You're a technical fellow. Yeah, that is ridiculously large to be providing power to a building this small.
There's a basement. This is a secret entrance to a basement. Maybe.
Maybe indeed.
I think so, because that guy wouldn't have been here. So do we have to do like a notice roll to check the room to see if we can?
You
find
can
the
search the
staircase?
rooms. Yeah, you can. You can move. You can each take a room and do a search. But you do have to be in the right area for the search to be productive. In the right room, I should say. Aki, you basically what you do find is there is a concealed entrance there.
Over here, lads. There's a sealed entrance. Open it.
You can indeed.
Check it for... See if it's booby set.
Yeah, I'll set for traps since, I'm...
Boom.
Okay, that'd be a notice check to check for traps. Yes, there is. It is a key-coded security system. It's basically you could use thievery to rewire it. You could use repair at -2 to attempt to rewire it, or you can try hacking the control electronics at -2, or you can hack at -2 to try and override the computing software.
So it's all at -2.
Except thievery, because obviously you're meant to use traps to disarm You meant to use fever to disarm traps, but obviously this is the future and it's all high tech,
Wow,
so there
look
are
at
other ways
that.
to do
I'm
it.
terrible at hacking. I'm like the worst hacker in the world. Yep, I can't figure it out. Someone else come and have a look at it.
-2 for using hacking.
-2 for using hacking. You will need to plug into the jack-in port, so if you critically fail, you will. No, you're no problem at all. Yep. You. Oh, actually, your malware. You've actually, yeah. No, you would have cleared off that malware you got from last week by now. Or at least it would have. It would have finished running its program that would have, subconsciously been affecting your. The malware phase is finished.
I don't know how to take the effect off.
That's absolutely fine. I just deleted it. It's okay. I forgot to remove it sooner. So, yeah, no problem at all. You are able to open the hatch. It looks like it basically reveals. Okay, so I know the door is on the wall, but it's it seems to be like there seems to be a ladder going down and another door at the end of it.
I'm going in.
You're going in, are you? Okay. You are going in. I shall take you on this map and put you on the other map.
On the other map. Definitely the shower out of the Fifth Element.
Well, Wave will hear them monkeying around and follow them.
Is there anyone down here, or is it just
It appears to be empty. Although as you can see, the computer consoles are all on and logged in. Well, not logged in. The screens all appear to be locked.
I want to just have a look, see if there's any cameras looking around, like surveillance cameras in here, looking, at the stairs. Apart from that one above my head.
Make a notice check. Because they could be concealed.
Was well spotted.
You are quite confident there aren't any in the here because you look hard at everywhere and you don't see any.
Okay. Seems like it's safe. I'll head downstairs as well.
I shall unlock the tokens for speed and ease. What?
I don't see Beulah in there, but I did move in.
That's okay. Well, I had to move in between maps. I did notice someone's made this extension. I think it's for. I don't know if it works for this, called portals, and you can literally draw areas on one map, and when a token appears on it, it teleports.
Yeah, I've been using them in 5e. It's supposed to keep working, but they changed some stuff, so it's still sort of spotty. But they work great when they work.
Yeah.
Because you just go over it, and then you just it works awesome. And what you can actually do is have different players in different areas seeing different maps, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So that you can do it more real time.
Yeah. It is a paid extension, of course. So there is the fun of games of it. One day it goes away. Every time Fantasy, as Lee found, every time Fantasy Grounds changes the code, he's got to do it again. But anyway, there's, as I say, it's cooled in here. It's quite dark and dingy. The only light seems to be coming from some LEDs in the stairs and a couple of green tubes on the wall and the glow of the screens. There also appears to be, ventilation-wise, there's a large fan that seems to be blowing in cool, fresh air on the wall opposite the staircase. But other than that, it appears quite quiet. He just jumps off the stairs.
Like a gazelle.
About the computers.
They're turned on, but they are turned on, but currently locked, as if someone hurriedly disconnected and left the system running. As if they didn't have time to shut down properly.
What did I just open over here?
I don't think you opened anything.
I'm going to try and...
Oh, yes, you did. Yeah, you should be able to open the window, sorry. It's meant to be a pane of glass so you can see in there, but you can't do much about it.
It's Corbin Dallas's bedroom. There's a door over here.
Multipass?
Yeah, look, the shower Beulah's in is Corbin Dallas's shower. That goes into the floor. There's a door here. I'm going to listen at the door and hear if I can hear anything.
Why are you able to walk through the? Oh, because I've locked. Because you've opened them and then.
Then walk through them. I'm sorry, am I breaking stuff?
Yeah.
You broke the whole internet.
Yeah, there you go. It's meant to be. Yeah, I understand why it's annoying. You can't when you set them up. You can't default. It's meant to be basically. It's toughened safety glass, so you can see through it, but you can't walk through it. You're meant to go through the door.
Pow and murder coming down or not?
I think they're hanging around upstairs.
Well, I was going to watch out for bad guys upstairs.
Okay, I assume Mr. Donohue wishes to attempt to log in.
Do you know something? There's something weird about that shower.
He's attempting to log in. I'm going to attempt to listen at this door here and see if there's anything on the other side of it.
Well, if you go around the corner, you can see what's on the other side of it. There's a
Beulah's
glass wall.
here to help Donohue in any way he can.
I'm going to try and see if... Search just to see if he's got a password or anything, codebook, security keys, anything like that on his desk first.
Okay, that'll be a notice check. What you do notice is on these books over here on the right-hand side. Most of the books seem to be all about computing and stuff, except one, which basically seems to basically be the history of the big company. And as you flick through it, you notice there is you notice that. That Mr. Big, after he founded Big City and obviously was elected governor of California for the third time running, did retire and did retire and obviously he left the company to his daughter, and there seems to be all sorts of blurb in there, and it would appear that a much loved family pet of Mr. Big was a Mr. Snuffles, and that's, you notice, is highlighted.
Okay. I'm guessing you mean that's like a password, so I'll try that.
Well, you think it might be, so you give it a try. So you type in Mr. Snuffles, and the system unlocks. It shows that last log on time was 8 o'clock this morning. There is no log off time listed. It does show that the system was locked 15 minutes ago, which is about the same time as your drone flew over the area and was shot down.
I tell the others he's got a 15-minute lead if you're chasing after him. I am going to start ripping his files.
Okie dokie. I am going to...
I wonder if we could have that check that room out under Astrovision to see if it's got any hidden doors. Trouble is I'm pants at it.
Can I have a hacking check? It looks like someone is trying to basically
Can I
kick
help
you out of the system.
with this?
You can if you can. There is a data point if you want to jack direct in.
Yeah, or just do the help roll, whatever gets the best result, right?
The point is, at the moment, Donohue's just typing on the keyboard. The only way you can assist, because there's only one keyboard to the system, is the only way you can assist is you would have to physically plug into the data point and jack into the system to assist.
Sure.
Is what I'm trying to say. So you can jack in. So basically, you can see someone's trying to remotely delete the system. Bueller, I'm afraid you try to be helpful, but it seems to be some obscure version of the programming languages that you're still not getting your head around.
No, Ben.
I'll plug in and see if I can help him as well.
There's only one data point, so you'd have to get Bueller to jack out, which he won't be able to do, and assist Mr. Donohue in the next 6 seconds as the system's being deleted.
Aye, but he does have the password and a good idea.
Oh, well, it's okay. His hacking was fine. You actually isolate the remote access port that is being used to you actually isolate the remote access port, the connection that's coming in that's trying to remote delete the systems, and you are able to isolate it and disconnect it from the system, and removing all external access to these computers.
I'm gonna be a jerk.
Okay.
Before I close that port,
Yes.
to start a release of that kaiju black ice and send it through.
Okay, be my guest. You can have that card. I'll give you that card back. It wouldn't really work on a computer. Yeah, I'll be hacking, yeah.
I thought it might be handy.
No, it's a nice idea. I like it, but
Yeah.
okay.
It was when you said you're going to delete all the information. I was going to go, no, you're not.
The firewall's got a toughness, a parry of 6. That you're trying to send this down. Just so you know. And we're quite near the edge. You got lots of bennies. There it goes. Oh crap! You got the raise. Okay, that's a wound. Okay. You get a message up. A message comes up on the screen. Target acquired. Target terminated.
Is that from the kaiju or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, like I said, I don't have control over it. I just basically had it sealed up so it couldn't do anything.
No, I know. You just released it. Yeah, I know. But that's what comes back. That's what comes back. At exactly the same time, the message comes up on the screen: target acquired, target terminated. This door unlocks and opens.
The door that I was trying to get into.
Yeah. Although the lighting doesn't appear to be working. Yep, there you go. There appears to be an escape hatch in here. It isn't locked. You can open it up.
Okay. Found an escape hatch, chaps. I'm going down. Or up. Whatever it is.
Destined to finish at half. We seem to be destined to finish at 5 rather than half 5, but that's okay. You guys are just good at getting to cliffhangers early. Actually, we don't have to leave it there. But anyway, you open up. Basically there's another set of stairs. There's a ladder going down, and what you find is a long tunnel. You can see there appears to be data cables running down it, and as you head down the tunnel, quite some distance. Whoever's going with Aki. Eventually, you do find a little room down there with basically a remote terminal. It looks like it does appear to be the other end of the connection, and it does appear to be whoever was trying to hack. So you find sitting in a chair there, the operator of the system here, who by all intents and purposes appears to be your Mr. Big, and his body is slumped in the chair with you can actually see the data jack connection into the base of his skull. Appears to be sort of melting away as we speak. But eyes stare out blankly at you as you look at the... he's a young lad. He appears to be in his early 20s. Make a common knowledge check. You recognise him.
Bill Gates?
No. I forgot his name, and I forgot to look it up before I got this far. I forgot you had the kaiju, so that makes things interesting. I've forgotten the name of that bloody. There we are. Kanka.io. Log in. Sorry, I just want to get the right name. You reckon the facial features are quite distinctive. Just as you look at it, you realise you're looking at a member of the Arasaki family. I just wanted to get the name. Families. Arasaki. Yeah. Here we go. Sorry, just checking my notes. Here we go. Generate. Oh yeah, there it is. Shiro. You appear to be looking at Shiro Arasaki, the grandson of Hanako Arasaki, current corporate CEO of Arasaki, the biggest multi-corporate entity in the world.
Okay.
So there you go. The files do all appear to show that you have in fact tracked down Mr. Big. This remote data site appears to have a obviously before you cut the connections, as it were, and obviously it seems the actual connections all shut down anyway when Shiro terminated. But it appears that it looks like there was a special data pool set up inside the Arasaki Tower down at the in downtown big city. Looks like he'd siphoned off an area of the corporate environment to set up his own little play area. And it just looks like, from what you can tell here, he was just play. You know how people like to play those sort of sim management games. He was just doing it for real. But I'm sure there won't be any problems.
Well, just because he's terminated doesn't mean he's terminated. We could try and heal him, Might have a bit of brain.
Oh, no, he's very, very dead.
Oh, he's got a crispy fried brain, has he?
Indeed.
Okay. Well, there will be no consequences of that because we're going to eat the body.
I sure hope his dad doesn't find out. I forgive him.
Well, it's not his dad you need to worry about, it's his grandmother. But congratulations, you have successfully traced back to the source of the Hot Dog Corporation, and you have shut it down, well, fairly permanently.
Oops.
And I will give Mr. Donohue an advance for killing the grandson of the most powerful woman in the world.
By remote
I
control.
told him to stick to everything and knock some sense into it.
I'm sure you'll be okay as long as no one ever works out it was you that did it.
Yeah, wipe your fingerprints off everything.
Can't we detonate some stuff in here and seal this off? They'll never find him.
Quite probably, yes, you can. If you got some spare logistic points, if you got some spare logistic points, you can use them up on explosives and bury this entire area.
I think we have to do that.
Pardon? Was that? Do you have to do that? Well, you don't have
No,
to.
I think we do have to do that. Yeah, we're going to have to do that. We'll drop a couple. I've got 3 grenades on me. That'll help to blow that room up with a body.
Doesn't our shaman have some sort of fire spirit, explosive spirit?
Mine's with fire.
Well, normally mages have got that. But I do, it actually happens. No, I don't. Oh, desert frost homes, storm swamps, spirits. I think it's the mages to do with fire spirits.
Yeah, I haven't quite finished my study on how to conjure elementals, but I am working on it. I guess it's kind of up to you guys if you want to just blow it up a little bit, and I can come back later with the fire elemental and make sure it all is appropriately slagged.
Oh, I was just suggesting, just trying to think of ways we could light this place up. That's all.
Well, no, it's a good valid idea of the way to do it, indeed.
Yeah,
All
it's
we got to do is
perfect.
blow up the basement, then we've got to
You're
worry
saying
about stuff around it.
Yeah, it's a perfectly valid idea. I just haven't mastered that spell yet. Really don't want to try and risk it without.
But unless there's any loose end, obviously you can rig the whole place to detonate. You'll need
Hack the computer, get as much information out of it as we can, and then just nuke the whole place. Yeah.
You can entire site for
I'll get a frag grenade.
You'll need more than just the odd frag grenade. You're going to have to, depending on how you want to do it, you can obviously all head off, get some stuff and come back, or you're going to have to choose some people to go off and buy stuff and leave your
We have to send people off and get stuff. We got to stay here and guard the place in the meantime, haven't we?
You have. I mean, it will all go uneventfully. You will be able to. The only reason I said it's only if you had the spare logistic points. If you didn't, you'd have to leave the site, sell off some of your gear, get a nice load of explosives, and come back. But if you've got spare logistic points, you only need 4 logistics points to completely bury this site.
We've definitely got enough to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes a few hours for those that have got away, and then eventually you rig the entire site up. In the meantime, Donohue's had plenty of time to archive all the local data that's stored here, which gives you all the logs and gives you all the information that you require. And if you've got any particular things you want to do with that data, just send me some private messages afterwards, and I'm sure we can sort out what information you've got there and how you can use it to your advantage, Mr. Donohue. But eventually you decide that it's time to leave, and you'll have to. It's only the sub levels, the building above. You'll have to sort of try to leave intact because people might notice a very large crater suddenly appearing.
I mean, with all the junk, eventually some of it's going to collapse down on top of itself, right? So
eventually, yeah. But for now, you should be okay. So you set the explosives. You'll head back up to the back up into the scrapyard, and or the dumpers, I should have renamed it, and walk away, making sure you're quite a distance away before the explosives go off. Everything goes off quite nicely, and you rest secure in the knowledge that the grandson of the most powerful woman in the world, of the most powerful mega corporation in the world, is safely buried under a few thousand tons of...
Incinerated first and then buried, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
There's no evidence. If they find his body, they're not going to go, oh, look, they're not even... The DNA has been fried. There's nothing. and then a ton of rubble, and then 50,000 tons of rubble on top.
Indeed, but I'm sure there's nothing to worry about, and there will be no repercussions in any way, shape or form.
Definitely not.
And we all had a common shop to let Mr. Nakasuni know that we took care of his problem.
Indeed. Well, congratulations.
Make a bigger problem at all.
None at all. But you have shut down over the next few days. Hot Dog Incorporation seems to fold in on itself. Obviously, the fact that it couldn't get its supplies and also all its money and all the money transfers and everything else seem to have stopped. It doesn't take long for it to collapse. It may take quite some time before those empty buildings are reclaimed and everything else. But I'm sure there won't be any problems in the long term on that regard. But no, you do not. The one thing you do notice is there does seem to be some sort of street gang out there that does seem to have got hold of the hot dog costumes, but that just seems to be the latest phase, and it doesn't appear in any way related to this. But yeah, all in all, really, it seems like it was quite a successful run. You finally shut down the business, and there won't be any problems, I'm sure. Hope you enjoyed that one, guys. I certainly did.
You're a dirty liar.
Thanks very much.
You're a dirty, dirty liar.
Yeah.
And by the way,
I forgot you had the
Track
kaiju.
I went in and put the -2 on my persuasion for the next month while my hair grows out.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, no, I must admit, I was expecting you to have to chase the guy. Yeah, once you basically, well, if someone, you should have been, there was a chance to pick the lock and chase him down, and then obviously he would have actually sort of, there would have been a bit of a chase, and if you caught him, then obviously he would have been a bit hostile, and eventually he wouldn't have given you much choice, and the result would have been the same. But I quite like the fact the way you did it electronically. It's possibly there's less chance of being traced back. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the one, guys. I shall see you all next Sunday. Donohue, I've advanced you up so you're seasoned along with everyone else, so you'll get from now on everyone's the same level. I just think you deserve an advance for the skillful way you basically annihilated a major problem.
The skillful way he was being a dick. I'm going to be a dick, and he was a dick, and he killed the guy. Yeah.
As always, I'll leave Fantasy Grounds running if any of you guys want to update any characters or anything. But otherwise, I shall see you next Sunday for Sprawlrunners. See you Saturday week if you're playing on my one shot, which will be Rippers, set in the mythic north of Scandinavia. Or if you're on my Pathfinder, guys, I'll see you on Tuesday for Pathfinder. But all in all, thanks very much, guys. I had a blast as always. Take care now.
And I got advantage of the opportunity to mess with Snookums.
Indeed. Take care. Bye now.
You know.